Are you my student today?
Not just me, there will be multiple others.
Excellent. I'm gonna put in my
Hello.
little potty pods. I think that worked. Hold, please. How are you?
Good, how are you?
So excited.
Good.
See if that'll connect.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
That worked. Oh, there
Are
you
you
go.
in the office today, Gary?
Yeah, wanted to come in so I don't get distracted too much.
Perfect. Did you sign up for the baseball game?
I have a gig on Thursdays for my little ice cream company. So we do Thursdays in the park at Emerald Park. So we're booked.
You have an ice cream company?
Yeah, it's
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's cool. It's a little ice cream tricycle, and we fill it up with frozen treats and rent it out. And we have a few events that we do, like the Thursdays in the park at Emerald Park, and
Okay.
a pool in South Eugene that we go to every Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, lets the kids swim, and we just
That's a
sit
good
there.
little
And
business to have.
yeah, it's everybody loves ice cream in some form or another. So
That's a fact.
yeah,
What's the name of your ice cream cart? Do you have like a
Zen
business name?
Bellies. Yeah,
Zen Bellies?
yeah, Zen Bellies.
All right, I'll have to check it out when I go back to Eugene. I used to live there, but I'm in Portland now, but I love ice cream, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
Good time for
yeah.
ice cream.
Oh,
It's 101 degrees here today in
Oh,
Portland. I don't know what it
yeah.
is there.
Oh my
Probably
God.
the same or even warmer because you guys are more south.
It's
I tried to
not
stay
quite.
inside today.
Yeah, that was me yesterday. Right now it only says it's like 84 here. So
Not too bad. Good day to
We have
be
a little
inside
cloud
for
coverage.
Ignite.
That's right. It's perfect day to get some training done. I'm going to give people it's 101. Perfect. Okay, so we'll start with our accountability, and you'll just update us on how many contacts you've had, and then if you've gone on an appointment, you can update that as well. And then I'll introduce Felicia, amazing instructor today, and let her get started. So Gary, you want to go first?
I'm building my database.
Good.
Yeah, building my database is hitting up people on Messenger, and I was gonna say Charity, what she was saying, it's like anybody that would know you, and then I'm just thinking, and it's just opening up a bunch of people who I'm like, oh yeah, shoot,
Yeah.
So yeah, it just wow, boom. Because I was kind of struggling, like, who do I add to my database? I don't know, like just buyers, or I mean everybody, but
Yep.
now it's like anybody who would recognize you or say hey. So
Good.
yeah.
Felicia.
Hi, sorry I came in a couple minutes late.
That's
So
okay.
just accountability.
Yep.
So yeah, I think I'm at nearly 50 on my database. And I did, after our social media class yesterday, I got on my Instagram and changed it to creator, and I did a reel the first time I've ever done that. I think
Great.
I had like 3 posts prior to yesterday. So anyway, I'm going to ramp that up. And I have a couple people that have been putting my Facebook post out there from Keller Williams saying that I'm a new realtor and to send business my way. So that's exciting to get out there that way too.
Great, awesome, good job. Jen?
After the social media talk yesterday, I got on and just kind of messed around with interacting with, like, asking someone a question and giving 4 options and seeing how many people. I mean, I could see that like 70 people looked at it, but only maybe 20 answered it.
That's great, that's a lot.
Anyway, I just want to see the
Yes.
numbers. So.
Yeah, the 20 is a great engagement. Ethan?
Yeah, I'm just working on building up my database. I actually got finally set up with Facebook and Instagram, so getting those going. And it's a lot of learning, but I'm excited to do it.
Good job. Jacob?
Yeah, so I've just been kind of adding to the database, and I'm new to social media, so I just got all my social media created, and I'm just kind of starting to add friends slowly, and just kind of let them know what's going on with me. And then I also have a friend who is an escrow, so I met with her last night, and we had drinks and just talked a little bit business.
Great, good. Oriana?
Yep. Yesterday I got 20 note cards mailed out, and I've got more note cards that are going to go out today. I created a flyer to hang at my husband's work, and I updated my business card since the Salem office is moving.
Yes, good job. That will create some opportunities to re-announce your location for sure. Maddie?
I've engaged with 15 contacts today, so I'm up to, I think, like 65 contacts in the database. My note cards are coming in today from Amazon, and I got my postcards for like my little Veneta farm sent out yesterday.
Awesome. Good job. Jackie?
So I reached out to about, I don't know, a lot of people yesterday since the social media thing. There's a lot of conversations happening. So I kind of lost count, but that's good. I got a meeting on Friday with some old coworkers to, hang out and talk business a little bit. And
Awesome.
then I have a couple showings that I'm going to go see on Saturday. So
Perfect.
and then I got
Good
no
job.
cards in the mail.
Awesome. Michael?
Afternoon, everyone. So yeah, I got work on the database still today. I had 12 contacts with 8 connections. Viewed 2 homes this week. I was supposed to have an appointment today. Unfortunately, I rescheduled, and then tomorrow I have an appointment with a local lender.
Awesome. Great job. And Roseanne?
I went and toured a house today, and it was Michael's mentor that I met in Mountain Gate, and it was new construction, and it was, high price point for what I'm working with. So that was kind of fun.
Good.
I also have upped all my social media. I took some of my TikTok videos about just things I'm into, like hobbies like books and reading, and reposted them on my Instagram. My Instagram was pretty dead, so I turned it into a creators page, and I sent out a thank you for chatting with me note to one of my leads. So yeah.
Good. Garrett?
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, I actually just sent out kind of a letter and new business cards that I got to my database. Just did that, and people have started responding and saying they got them in the mail and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm like over 100 people in my database now, and just kind of I'm a new agent, so letting people know that this is what I'm doing now. So
yep.
Just
Good.
in that process. So
Perfect. And Haley?
Yeah, so another day goes by. I'm still waiting for my background check to finish up. But
Taking
in
their
the
sweet time
meantime,
with you.
I know. Well, it's kind of frustrating because when I passed a test, like I think it was in May or April, I don't know, a long time ago, right when I passed it, I thought that maybe I would do the fingerprints and stuff then, but they said that like they would email me with the next steps. And so I didn't find out till like 2 weeks ago, till I met up with my mentor, that I was supposed to like schedule it, or they were supposed to, and they just didn't remind me about it. So I got a little off track, but so yeah, I mean, it still could be like another 2 to 3 weeks, honestly, till I'm in, which is frustrating. So in the meantime, I found yesterday's session really, really helpful, super insightful, and I thought I would just go on and to Instagram and Facebook and just like post a short story. It wasn't about real estate, but she was saying like make 80% personal, 20% business. And so I got on and I just like showed this delicious salad, this fancy salad I was making.
Perfect.
So I did that, and then I checked in with my cousin who's using me as her buyer's agent. I was just checking in with my stepsisters who are doing her lending, and to see like how that process is going. And then I got 2 other leads, which is great, of other friends who are wanting to move to this area. So I could potentially be coming in, when I become an official agent, with, like 3 transactions maybe, but I at least have 1 for sure, which is great. So
That
that's
is
what I'm
great.
working on.
Good job. I bet you it won't take another 2 or 3 weeks. They've been faster than that. So hopefully
Crossing my
you'll be
fingers.
there. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Felicia. She is out of our Eugene Springfield office, and she's an experienced licensed real estate broker and native to Oregon for over 20 years. She has over 16 years of experience in client relations. She's well versed in tactics of buying, selling, investing in real estate. She's on our 2022 Agent Leadership Council, so she's definitely well into the top 20%. And running a phenomenal business. So you guys are super, super lucky to have her. Outside of that, she's just a really fun, amazing person. So you're going to really enjoy her. Make sure you interact and ask any questions, and I will let her take it away.
Thank you, Mara. Such a nice introduction.
You're
Do I reclaim host here, Mara?
When I leave, it'll make you host. So you're all
Okay.
good.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, nice to meet all of you. I took notes about every single one of you just now. So it sounds like you're all off to a really amazing start, hitting the ground running. Everyone's kind of working on something. That's always good to see. I appreciate your time today. Thanks for spending the afternoon with me. Like Mara said, I've been, this is year 5 for me. So it's gone very quickly. It seems like just yesterday I was sitting where you were sitting. So yeah, thanks again for spending the afternoon with me here. I am very, very new to Zoom as far as hosting meetings. So the other time I did Teach Ignite was in person. So bear with me on Zoom. I already don't see my link, so I'm probably going to have to text Mara here shortly. But I typically do work out of the office. Today was going to be a distraction for me if I was in the office. So I decided to work from my home office. My home office has turned into my nephew's game room. So hence all of the camping gear around here. So yeah, can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to text Mara real quick. Where are my links? How was your class Monday with Charity?
It was fantastic.
Very good.
Good. Did you have another class yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, we have
Social
social
media.
media.
Ooh, that's a fun one. I should have probably been at that one.
That was great.
Good. Who taught that one?
Caitlin, what's her last name?
Ward.
Ward.
Oh,
Yeah,
Caitlin
yeah,
Ward
yeah.
at the top.
Caitlin Ward.
Yeah. She's you talk about a good social media person. That's the person to do it there. So well, good. Well, today we're going to go over just really kind of nailing down more lead generation and finding more business for you. I've taught a couple of these, and it seems like a lot of you are off to a much better start than a lot of agents that I talk to. So well done, especially I think this is your fourth class.
Something like that.
Something like that. So well done, everybody. And it sounds like Haley, we're just waiting on. You'll just open the links on you. Haley, we're just waiting on a license, correct?
That's correct, unfortunately. Yeah.
Excellent. No worries. Well, you're already getting to work on the business, so that's pretty cool. So, just today, as far as expectations go, if anyone needs to get up for a break, feel free. If you have any questions, just chime in, unmute yourself. I will ramble and ramble, so make sure just to unmute yourself to chime in. If you do need to step away, no problem. Just end up muting yourself there. Sorry, I'm reading my text. You'll just open the links in your email and then share your screen. I have no idea how to share a screen, so we'll see how this works today. So today's expectations are really finding your business. It sounds like a lot of you kind of have a good idea where to find your business, so that's fantastic. Prospect lead generation using multiple methods. We have a huge outlet of resources where we can find clients these days. Facebook, social media, it's great. So sounds like a lot of you took that class yesterday and kind of have an idea there. We want to get referrals. Of course, that's part of our business. And I'm not just talking referrals here in Oregon, I'm talking referrals all across the United States. So there's ample opportunity, power of Facebook. There's so many referral groups out there. You'll start to see them as you get invited to this group, this group, this group. Network with those people, because you'll be surprised how many agents are in Eugene and how there's a handful of names that you see constantly pop up into that. So that's another way. And we'll watch some videos and whatnot. So I will have to take maybe a moment to figure out how to screen share. So bear with me there. But as far as social media went yesterday, what were some big ahas for you guys?
I think learning about the algorithms was really insightful. She kind of gave us a heads up about like competitive medias, like Facebook hates YouTube because they're wanting to, move into more of a video type media, with the reels and stuff. And of course, now Facebook owns Instagram. So, just kind of learning about how medias compete with each other, the algorithms, like learning, if we interact with a particular person on Facebook, say a lot, we're going to end up like higher on their feed before, other people who interact with them less. And I just find that very helpful. Even talking about the length of time to make videos and telling us a little bit about the studies she's learned as far as like how long people are willing to, click into a video. It's like a minute or less, and then they get bored and they click out of it. So just a lot of random, like really insightful facts like that.
Sure. Yeah, it's the algorithm is beyond me. I can't get it down. I have sat with gurus and it's phenomenal. And you'll start to see the same people that pop up over and over and over. So I'm not the best with social media. There are agents in this office that are phenomenal. Mara is one of them. You talk about a TikTok queen. She's the only realtor in town. When I think of TikTok realtor, I think of Mara Gregory. And she's been doing that maybe a year, maybe 2 years. She's always had social media presence, but her TikTok game has really, really increased. And as you nailed it, people get bored. I know I do. My attention spans 10, 20, 30 seconds. And you better be doing something really good for me to hang on for a minute. So especially with real estate, it can get repetitive. I apologize. Again, I took notes on you, but one of you said that you went on social media and you shared, I think it was a strawberry salad recipe. That's fantastic. That's what a lot of people want to see. You definitely want to make your name synonymous with the realtor. So when they think of, real estate, Garrett or Maddie or Michael or whatever it is, you definitely want to make yourself presence like that. But you also want to make yourself a real person. I think my least favorite people on Facebook are the MLMers. I don't mind. You do you, hustle a business, but if that's all you're going to spam my feed with, you're gone, you're out of there. So people say the same thing with realtors. I've heard, realtors synonymous with lawyers. We're not that bad, but it takes one bad experience. You can give a person 100 great experiences, they're going to love you, but that one bad experience is where they're going to remember and could write about you or whatnot. So yeah, making yourself present, but in a way that's also intentional. So I just had lunch with a lender yesterday, one of my favorite lenders in town, and I was talking about how my game has suffered as far as my database goes. I've been pretty busy this year. This year has been just hitting the ground running. I do have a transaction coordinator, Angela, in our office. If none of you have met her, strongly urge you to go by and talk to Angela. At least for your first year, I would have a transaction coordinator keeping an eye on things, or just pop in and, hey, does this look good? Great. But other than that, it's me. I run everything else. And I did recently work with my dad. He's been pretty semi-retired, but now he is officially moved, so out of the business. So now it's just me. So allotting time is going to be a struggle for me. And was kind of my whole talk with lunch yesterday. I've been work, busy, showing houses. My database has suffered. I constantly do these, talk to Trenda Levette in our office. This is the easiest way to get in front of people. Cheap. So do it every month. I have probably 200 people I send these out to. It's the same 15 people cashing them in, but they're getting used. I handwrite these, so I don't handwrite this part. So this is just a blip. I change it every month. This past month was short 4th of July, but I usually throw in a real estate stat and how I'm doing. Hey, this August I have a family reunion. Hope your summer is well. By the way, we're still up 103% in average sales to list price. So get on these. Start getting databases. Send them to your title companies. Title companies get all sorts of realtors coming in and out. Get your name in front of them. At least they'll see that you're being proactive. So this winter I tend to kind of back down just a little bit in December, my birthday, Christmas, family. So I really hit my database more in the winter time, but I need to be better about it. So as you get started, unless you're going on listing appointments every single day, your number one job is building that database right now, and building it, but also cultivating it. You can add all day long. You can put as many people in there. You can look at that 100 or 10 or whatever your daily goal is, and where can I get it from? Where can I do that? But it's about managing your relationships. You send one introductory email and never talk to them again, they're going to never remember who you are. So, being methodical, making sure to actually add them to your database and doing something with it, whether it's getting on Command. If that's something you're still new with too, Command is free to all of you. And there's email programs and things like that. So learn Command, get that down, and start sending out emails, start sending out mailers, start doing whatever. And until you get to a point where you're just running, that's really what you should be doing right now. So sounds like a lot of you are already on it. Let's see. Did you have mission assignments last time? Was that something that did you have assignments? Sorry, I'm going over okay. So that's probably a little dated from when we weren't Zooming. When you report out your daily numbers, is that usually with an instructor, or do you do that with Mara?
We just do the accountability thing, I believe.
Okay. I'm going to call that. Excellent. So I know a lot of you have done Zoom. Have any of you actually met each other in person yet? Really had a chance? Okay.
No, not really.
So script practice is going to be important for you, getting comfortable. I still do script practice. I just just talked with another ALC member named Corin, and he says, I'm having trouble with the commission portion of our listing appointments. And I said, that's an uncomfortable one for me too. Let's do some script practice. So do some script practice. We are, I started pre-COVID, so everything was in person. We're not now in person. You can do it over Zoom. I highly recommend it over Zoom, doing face-to-face, turning your camera on, getting uncomfortable. I don't like being on Zoom, but it's a good way to do it, because if you're uncomfortable here on Zoom and you don't want to be seen on Zoom, what's going to happen when you actually get in front of somebody at the table and their list or excuse me, they're interviewing 7 other agents. So script practice, it's super important. I'm going to nail that in the head. I remember my first bold I took. That bold is much different now, but I'm thinking, God, this is corny. But my first listing appointment, I wasn't prepared and I didn't get that listing. So getting together, whether it's on the phone, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's in person, I do see Gary's in the office. Start making time with each other. 1 day a week. Hey, do you want to be my script partner for 10 minutes? Then you switch to the next person. Get in the groups of 5. Start doing that. So when the time does come, you're not fumbling. You're not sure of yourself, because the next person that comes in, or the person that came in before you, that's, chances are they're going to go with the confidence. You're handling a lot of money for a lot of people. So you need to be confident in what you talk about. We have an iPhone that entered the waiting room. Come on in. Hi, iPhone.
Hey, Felicia, you end up
hey.
getting the screen share to work okay?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Mara
But,
called me and said we were having screen share troubles.
Well, I think the only thing I need to screen share is 2 videos, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I get there, maybe I'll chime back in with you, or I could just play them now, huh? Let me just see if I can get one to play. Thanks for chiming in. Let's see. Okay, so I hit the screen share button and it popped up. It says desktop, whiteboard, Safari.
Yep.
Do I just hit share for all that?
Desktop, yeah.
Desktop. Okay. Open system preferences. Did that work? Do you see my screen?
Uh-uh.
Okay, let me try it again. Share. Oh, I have to grant access with some security, privacy here. Give me
Yeah.
just a
Are you on a Mac?
I am.
Yeah. So when go wherever it tells you to go to
click lock. Okay.
allow it, and then you'll have to click that little lock.
Okay. Give me just a second. You're lucky I know this password today. Oh no, it's gonna make me quit and reopen this meeting.
Oh.
It's just a couple videos. It's like 2-minute videos.
You can log off and I'll just keep it open and you just come back because I'm a co-host.
Okay, I'm not sure who's talking, but I will do that. Hang tight.
That was Eric.
Okay. Well, maybe that did work. Hang on, let me see. Sorry, everybody. Thanks for your patience here.
There
Ooh,
it is.
did that work?
Yep, we got it.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So let's watch this awesome football video. Thank you. Okay, you all can see my screen here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. So since we have screen sharing, let's watch one video. We are going to watch 2 today. They're just little quick minute videos. If you haven't signed on to your KW Connect, I would certainly be doing that. KW Connect command, get to know those 2. They're free to you. There's so many videos on there, so many resources, so much to do with our technology. So make sure to take advantage of all this while you're learning our systems out here. But this one here, all about finding leads. So as you watch this video, we're going to brainstorm. We're going to talk about, there's lots of places you can get your leads. Where are you getting your leads? So we'll discuss that after watching this here.
I can't hear it.
Me neither.
Sweet. Excellent. Okay, well, I'll just kind of reiterate because I'm not sure how to share sound here. So basically what he's talking about, I'm not sure how many of you have kids. Anyone with kids out there?
Yep.
Some of you? Excellent. So this guy's talking
Yes,
about if you're at a sporting event and you're sitting next to somebody, they should know who you are. If you are at your mechanic, they should know who you are. One of you said that you're recently moving down here. Great job putting up a picture at work wherever your husband works. This is just an example of that. So it's not just limited to Facebook. It's not just limited to title officers or lenders, although those are great places to start. Right now, your lenders are slowing down, so they're going to be hitting all of you up for lunch. Go on those lunches, go on those coffees, follow up on those. But basically, that video is saying wherever you are, that's an opportunity. If you are in PTA, churches, gyms, anything like that, if any of you, are dancers or take martial arts, every single group should know who you are and what you do. Not all the time, not in their face, but when you get business cards, hey, just wanted to let you know, this is what I'm doing now. If you have any questions, let me know. If you know of anybody, make sure to let them know you are licensed in the whole state of Oregon. A lot of people will limit you to Lane County. If they think Portland, you may go to Portland. For the right deal, you may say, yeah, I'll go all the way down to Grants Pass. I just did one down right on the border of California. It was almost 4 hours back and forth each way. It was do it again in a heartbeat. So make sure that they know you're licensed all throughout Oregon. You may say, well, why would I contact anybody out of state? Because you get referral fees. So all of your friends on Facebook that are out of state in Michigan, Florida, they should also know what you do. Hey, just to let you know, I have a great database of agents all around the country. I've met them at Bold. I've met them at Mega Camp. Now, don't say it if you haven't been there, but hey, I always have great resources. KW, we're synonymous with family. So if you ever need agents or, my Aunt Lori's moving to Florida, fantastic. Lori, let me give a couple agents a call down there in Key West and let me set up some interviews for you. One, you're already doing something for somebody and they're not even going to do business with you. They're moving out of state. Two, shows that you care. Three, it saves them some time. They're not going to go on Google search and get the top 5 agents that are paying for Zillow leads. They're going to get people that you trust. So vet it through, find them an agent. My referral business is quite big. It's grown exponentially this past year due to Facebook. I have gotten myself into Facebook. I make myself a name. I lay in bed at night. I check Facebook groups religiously, sometimes too much. But I've now made myself known that, hey, I'm a Lane County agent. So, let me know what I can do. It's the simplest money you're going to make in this business. You're going to have to make one call. I make more than that. You want to stay in contact with your clients, but you get a 25%. You get a check for $3,000 and you never stepped foot in a house. So other than that, what are some spheres that you guys have that I didn't mention where you're going to start getting some more leads, some more people to add to your data bank?
Kids sports teams. I have 2 little girls and they started T-ball. So, well, the season's over, but I still talk with some of the coaches and the parents. So
that's good. If none of you have met AD Smith in our office, go down and say hello to him. He's kind of at the far end. AD Smith did that with his kids sports team, and his name is synonymous, or I should say his kids are a little bit older now, but he has made himself such a well-known advocate for his kids sports team. So he's a great one. Josh Cooley in our office, he is synonymous with the Oregon Ducks. So even if it's just finding one thing you're passionate about, if you're on a board somewhere or you volunteer somewhere, hit that hard. If you work a second job, hit that job hard. Let them know, hey, I'm really trying to transition into this. Would love all your support. What can I do to help you? Do you have any questions? What else?
Well, my past career was in nursing, and my sisters are both nurses here in Eugene, Springfield, and so I plan to hit up their collective spheres, as much as possible.
Good. Yeah, nurses especially, they seriously don't have time to do anything else. So if you have a nurse out there that's renting or thinking about anything, set her up, set him up, do all that. You basically should really not have them doing a whole lot. Like I'll have some agents tell me, well, my clients keep sending me these houses. It's not going to work for them. It's just not going to work. They're FHA. Why are they sending me these conventional homes? I said, well, what is their RMLS search as? Well, they just send me houses. Oh, so they're doing your job for you is essentially what it is. So again, I think the power of technology is it's easy to do. It's easy to let your clients go on Zillow and let them, run amok and do all that. But that's you're at that point, they're now doing your job. And so when they find this house and they love this house and they want to see it right now, Felicia, when can you take me? Oh, yeah, that can't go VA. Well, why am I getting it on my search? Well, why are you getting a search at all from Zillow? So make it easy on them. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on there. Again, affirmations are good too. We haven't had a bold yet, I think, with any of you guys, but I do strongly recommend taking a bold class. Bold will push you out of your comfort zone, and it's what every single person needs. I still need it. I will take bold religiously every time it comes down here. It has changed quite a bit with COVID. Every instructor is a little bit different, so every single experience is a little bit different. But what I really like about bold is they focus on affirmations. So affirmations are a good thing, and affirmations are written on my bathroom mirror every week. My affirmations do change about twice a monthly basis, but it's just a small little thing. So whatever your affirmations may be, they may be real estate related, they may be related to your workouts, your religious experiences, whatever it may be, but affirmations are a good thing. So, before you pick up that phone, give yourself an affirmation. Hey, I'm worth it. I'm worth this 10-minute phone call, or I can do this, or opportunities come easily to me. Because the more you get in your head, as soon as they say hello, you're going to start thinking about everything that's in your head. So just bracing yourself for those conversations. Again, it all goes back to script practice. The more you practice with each other, look stupid in front of each other. I'd much rather look stupid in front of another agent than ever my client. So if that's what it's going to take to get to that point of being uncomfortable, get uncomfortable, because that's, you're learning a whole new job. As Mara said, I've been in front of clients for now over 20 years, and it doesn't get you definitely learn how to adapt to people, but there's every single type of client. Make sure to take the DISC profile, know where you lie. Are you a DISC? You're probably a mix of two, but being able to adapt with those clients, because you will work with a variety of clients. You're not going to work with clients that are like you. Very rarely do you work with clients that are like you. So being able to engage and know how to handle those people that talk all the time, or those people that are crickets, and that you're sitting at a listing table and they're just looking at you. What are you going to say next? So being able to not have those awkward silences, that's important. But also being able to listen too. So affirmations, start saying them to yourself. You're worth it. You took this test, you passed it. Haley, you're almost there. You're so close. But you've done all this hard work. So yes, you are worth it, and you can do this. If none of you, or if you haven't explored your KW app yet, let me pull mine up. Make sure to download all your KW apps. So you have Kelly, which is the blue one, and then you have the KW app. That's where you want your people searching. They don't need to be searching Zillow. They should be looking through your KW app. So when you meet people, hey, let me get your number. Perfect. Always send a follow-up text. Hey, just to reiterate our conversation, you're looking for a 3-2. Thanks for your time. Here's a link to my app. It's a little bit more user-friendly than I call Zillow Pillow. I say, it's more user-friendly than Pillow because Pillow is a little outdated. So again, another way to put yourself in front of you. When they get on Zillow, they're going to see a lot of agents. And unless you're paying a lot of money to be one of those Zillow preferred agents, it's another opportunity for them to call someone else. And until you want to start paying for Zillow leads, make sure they're using your app. Ask for referrals. Ask for referrals. Even if you're a person that you're talking to, hey, I have no plans of moving, I'm here for life. Great. You know anyone else? Do you have anyone else that's moving? Do you know anyone that's renting right now? Let's talk about the rental market, because the rental market is just atrocious. That's a constant conversation with buyers right now. Well, I don't want to buy because rates have gone up. Rates are still astronomically low. Astronomically low. They were supposed to go up 7 times this year. They've only gone up 3 times. And talking with my lender at lunch yesterday, he expects them to be back down to the mid fours by the end of the year. So that is insanely low. I always ask people, it's kind of more of the younger generation. I'd say 45 and under, 50 and under. That's your pushback, because the generation prior to that was the ones that paid the 18%, 10%, 15% on their house. So, you know, oh, well, you know, things are up a whole percent or 2% than what they were, you know, 2 years ago. I'm going to continue renting. What do you think your landlord's going to do now that he realizes the house down the street that was a $2,500 mortgage last year is now a $3,500 mortgage? It's all a trickle effect. Rents are going to start going up. Rents now more than ever, because now we're not completely away from COVID, but tenants were very protected for the last few years over COVID. So we're starting to see rent increases. So making sure you're your client's information, not CNN. I was laying in bed about a month ago and just having my cup of coffee, laying there with my cat, telling my affirmation, we're going to have a good day. It's going to be a good day today. First thing I see on CNN, if you bought a house last year in January 2021 for $300,000, you'd have to spend $450,000 to get that house. Got a lot of calls that day, mostly from lenders. Hey, did you watch CNN? Of course I did. Call your clients. So making sure you're giving the facts. You are the real estate agent. You're not a news anchor. Making sure you're staying in front. Scripts. You all should be reading your scripts, doing your role plays with each other. I will role play anytime, doing script practice with you. You always can do things for improving. Like I said, Corin Thompson from ALC, him and I are doing script practices right now. So if any of you ever want to do it, you're welcome to message me, text me. We can do it over the phone, Zoom, in person, but start getting your scripts down. Especially now, you're all joining in a shift. Those agents that joined 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they came in I don't want to say an easy market because there's no such thing, but now you're in a market where you're going to have conversations that were not present a year ago. Conversations last year, well, do you have $50,000 to $60,000 to go over asking price? Now the conversation is talking to my seller, hey, it's been 2 weeks, we need a price reduction. That was not a conversation a year ago. So get your scripts down, start practicing. Have you done any script practice like within these groups or within these classes? Yeah, they usually take some time for scripts.
No, I've joined in the Zoom class, the scripts with Matt in the mornings. I haven't done it actually the past since we've been doing this training, but before that's what I was sitting in on in the mornings, and that was a good class just to listen to them talk about real estate and giving the objections, and then they're just conversating about real estate. So just to hear people that are experienced agents just talk back and forth about these objections, it's really, it's really fun to listen and to learn. Yeah, for sure. The script class.
Where did you get that class?
It was on like the daily, we get a market center daily email at like 5:30 in the morning. And I look at that thing every day and see what classes I can click into. And that link is usually there, the market center email that goes out in the morning. So
if somebody's not receiving that email, just email the front desk at KW or Sarah Luneski. Either one of those girls will get you set up. But yeah, those 5:30 emails, I mean, I oftentimes miss stuff. It's silly because, you know, big speakers that'll come into town, they'll send you 5-6 emails, but those daily emails, there's something going on every single day in that office. I think we have some people in a different office, but even your office, every single day, Command Basics or every week with Tom Dye. So Tom Dye teaches the same class every single week, not necessarily the same, but Command is constantly changing. Our technology is constantly improving. Command. I was on my app the other day and I couldn't get something to work. And so, you know, sent in your tech support, takes 3 seconds. Within an hour, I had a response. Hey, what happened? Can you give me a little bit more detail? So go to these trainings, go to scripts, go to Command, go to all of them. But scripts are important. You know, use your partner at home, use your kid. Boy, you got kids? You want an objectifier? Do some script practice with your kids. Do some script practice with people that have no idea what you're even doing, and they'll give you the hardest time in the world. So these are the people you want to quote unquote fail in front of, so you're not doing it in front of the real person. So continue script practices, go to script practices. If you want to practice, call me, call any of your ALC members, pop into our offices. We'll always take the time to do it. Handwritten notes, my favorite. Handwritten notes are nostalgic, a thing of the past. Nobody handwrites notes, very rarely. They even have stamps now that make it look like a handwritten note. It's not a handwritten note. Getting back to my postcards, this is something I will sit at my desk for an hour and a half, probably have something playing on the background, and I will handwrite every address, because chances are they're getting it from me. They're probably going to get this postcard possibly from somebody else. Mine's not a sticker, it's handwritten. I change my colors depending on the holiday. I'll get really crazy. So it's little things, it's little heartfelt things. Everybody can get an email. Everybody gets emails. Your clients may not even get your emails. You may go to a spam folder. So that's another thing too. Just one quick tidbit on RMLS. When you start sending out RMLS prospecting profiles, and you send your first email from RMLS directly from RMLS to your client, always follow up with an email from your own email saying, hey, Michael, did you get my email from RMLS? I just sent it on my behalf. Oftentimes that email will go into a spam folder, and you will get a call in a week saying, why have you not sent me any listings? It's because they never saw that email. So RMLS emails will get blocked. So if you're sending anything third party, a media manager, email marketer, make sure after that first email that they're actually getting it.
I was just actually trying to figure that out, trying to email from the RMLS site, and I just couldn't figure it out. And I didn't have that much time. I didn't want to spend too much time. I'm like, can you do it? I don't know. I tried, so I downloaded the PDF, and I still haven't done it yet, but I'll figure it out.
No worries. Next time I'm in the office, I'll be back in there tomorrow. Pop in. I'll show you how to do it. Pretty easy to do.
Right.
You'll want to start setting people up on prospecting profiles. Even if you have somebody, you know what? Yeah, you'll get this a lot. I'll have somebody send me, hey, what do you think of this house? I'm like, oh, hey, Mike, long time no talk. I like this house. It's in this neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. Are you looking? No, I'm just curious. Oh, okay. Are you curious about 4-3 homes? Or are you curious about that neighborhood or price points? Curious about that neighborhood. All right. Well, I tell you what, I already have your information. I'll set you up on a small search. River Road, Santa Clara homes only. Boom. No sweat off your back. Takes 2 minutes. Now he's going to start getting homes. You never know what his motive is. He's told you no, but he's obviously looking for a reason. So
yeah,
no, it's no problem. Think of no as no problem. Okay, well, what else can I do? So don't push. I always tell my clients, I'm not buying a house. I'm here to help you buy a house, whether it's in 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 months, 2 years. You're on their timeline. So always make sure that your client knows that. They're the ones buying it. Handwritten notes, though. I love handwritten notes. One of the greatest lenders in town. She does a quarterly note every single year. Every quarter she sends out it's not handwritten, but it is typed. So, typed letter. She signs it at the bottom, handwritten. She sends out 3,000 of these letters once a quarter. And her assistant is one of my very good friends. So her assistant's actually the one hand signing them. But with that being said, this
Leverage.
letter, yeah, I know one time we were all in Sun River and she gets out this stack, and I mean a stack of papers. And, I'm like, what are you doing? We said no work. Go on, you ever slow? Go on vacation. That's when you get busy.
right.
Have to hand
Actually, I'm
sign
going to
these
Sun River
things.
next week. I'm
Have
going there
fun.
next week.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get a lot of calls. Anytime I get slow, I jump on an airplane. My friends hate me. But every single quarter, she sends out a handwritten letter that has nothing to do with real estate. It has to do with her. It has to do with her kids. It has to do with what's going on. I just attended the World Games. I just did this. I did that. In August, we're going to go rafting. We're doing this. And I kid you not, she's been doing it so religiously that she skipped one letter about 2 years ago. And her assistant told me people thought she died. Like, that's how heartfelt. People look forward to that. And it had nothing to do with real estate. So yes, you want to be real estate affiliated, but that is not all you should be sending. You got to be a person too, because I mean, I've lived in my home for over 2 years, and I receive 3 weekly mail cards from realtors, and it's like takes one search. So knowing your audience, if you are going to farm a neighborhood, and you know, maybe it's a one-time farm that you're going to do to let everyone know that you have a huge listing and you're doing an open house, great. If you're going to religiously farm that neighborhood, it may not hurt to do a quick little RLID search, or talk to your title companies. Title companies will give you whatever. Hey, can you send me Kevin Hamaker? He's a good one. Can you send me a list of 9740121 homes? Yes, send their owner names too, because you're going to start to recognize people's names. So again, being intentional. Handwritten notes are good. I highly recommend at least twice a year. You should be doing it. Christmas cards, whether you celebrate, it could be a happy holiday card. It could be a happy New Year card. Send them a New Year card. Everybody celebrates New Year's because you have no choice. You're going into a new year. Change in jobs. All of you should be writing handwritten notes. I bet some of you have a good database from your last job. Before I got into real estate, I worked in a wine industry up in McMinnville for about 8 years. And you know, I asked my boss, I said, these are all my clients too. Can I let them know? Absolutely. So I took my whole database and I let every single person know, hey, I've moved on. You're not going to see me at the wine industry or, you know, the winery anymore. I'd love to get a glass of wine with you outside of this now. By the way, this is what I'm doing. This is who I help. This is what I do. And I'm licensed all in Oregon. And I've also built a really nice referral network around. So let me know if you know anybody. So make sure wherever you're coming from, you take those people with you, as long as your job says. Most of the time it is. Are you handwriting notes during class? No, that sounds like some of you are still waiting on Jeff Bezos to get you your cards. So get your handwritten notes. Every single call that you're having with people, if you can capture their home address, and I'm not saying you can, follow up, handwritten note. If you go to RLID, are you familiar with RLID yet?
No, I was actually, you had said that, and I was like, RLID? And I wrote it down.
Hang tight. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting better at this. Okay, hang on. So let me do this. So RLID looks like this. And you all have access. We all have access to this. So they will be getting you a password. It's all the same. It's Keller. In here. So RLID looks like this. So I've never really played around with any of this. I probably should. This is where title comes in. If I need information like this, I'm going to call Kevin Hamaker over at Cascade and say, I need this. But it's standard search. So you can look up anyone's name. So let's say I'm a big Oregon Duck fan. You're going to learn it real quick. Let's say you met the voice of the Ducks. Oh, of course he wouldn't be in there. Never mind. Bad example. Let's say you met me. Don't come egg my house, please. Let's say you met me. You took me out for coffee. I didn't want to give you my home address. Or you forgot to ask me my home address. I'm going to look me up. I'm going to figure out where I live. I live right there. That's my home address. So you can look anyone up. Now, there are some people that wouldn't be there. Like this guy I just looked up. If any of you are Duck fans, he is the voice of Duck at Autzen Stadium. There's probably a reason you cannot find out where Don Essex lives. But that is RMLS, or excuse me, that is RLID. So very, very easy to do. Or let's say you drive by a house, or you have a client send you a house. You're like, God, that's just the perfect house for me. I would do anything to have a house like that at 6056 Rombauer. Oh, you would you? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out who lives there. And I'm going to send a letter to this person. I'm going to send a handwritten letter to this person just saying, hey, my name's Felicia Mondragon. I work over at Keller Williams Realty. I have a client that just absolutely adores your house. This is exactly what she's been looking for. We've been looking for a month and a half or 6 months or whatever it is. If you ever consider selling your house, would you feel free to give me a call? I would love to chat with you. Great. Perfect. So RLID is a great, great tool, and you all have free access to it. Let me stop sharing.
What credentials to, it said username, but it doesn't say like sign up.
Keller Williams Realty will give it to you. We all have the same one. I don't even know that
Okay.
password. It's just auto filled in at this point, but
Okay.
our username is Keller. We all use the same one. So
Okay,
don't go
cool.
sign up for it. Do not go pay for it. We get this included. I think the office charges us, I don't know what they charge us, like
It's
maybe
in our
$2.
office fees or whatever.
It's in the office fees. So go talk to
Yeah,
Sarah. She'll
cool.
get you all signed up.
Sweet. Yes.
But
Is it
the
just-
handwritten, oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, there you are. Go ahead, Felicia.
Is it just for homeowners or does it work for people renting also?
If you go look up a rental, it's going to pull up who owns the rental. So if you own a rental and you meet Mary and Joe that are renting it and you type in Mary and Joe's address at that rental, it's going to actually pop up your name because you're technically the owner of it.
Okay, so if
You can
were
always send
looking-
letters directly to them because if there's tenant, like I have a duplex right now and one of the tenants, he cannot buy right now, but he's going to buy. He's going to buy in a year. So he's already added to my database. I'm going to keep email or sending mail to that house because I've met him. I've dealt with him. But I'm going to send it to that house because I know he's a tenant. So if you can capture where they live.
If you were looking it up by the person though, would it show where they live if they're just renting?
I don't believe so. Not on Arlid. No, it'll just pull up property owner. And I should say Arlid too is to Lane County. So if you meet somebody from Portland, it's not going to pull up a Portland address. This is a Lane County type thing. But you can always, email title anywhere. I mean, there's Fidelities, there's Cascades all over this state. So, if you meet somebody out there in Portland or from Florence, or Florence is in ours, but Portland, and you want to find out who it is, look up your title companies up in Portland. Say, hey, I got somebody at 123 Belmont. Can you tell me their names? Or hey, I met somebody named Felicia Mondragon. I know she lives in the east side of Portland. Can you tell me what you found? Absolutely. Then they're going to capture your information. So handwritten notes are good. When you go to signings, pay attention. The first thing an escrow officer is going to ask whether you're dealing with the buyer or seller when you sit down for your signing. They're going to look at your buyer and seller and say, I need your ID. Just formal precaution. They take the ID, they go scan it. Get their birthday. If you don't know their birthday, now's a great time to ask, hey, when's your birthday? Or if you're uncomfortable doing that, as soon as they leave or as soon as you're done with that signing, you email that escrow officer and say, when is their birthday? There are a few title companies here in town that are one step ahead of you and they mail it to you the week after. They say, hey, your client, Gina Smith, her birthday is November 7th. Put it in your calendar. But birthday cards, they don't have to be religious. They don't have to be a holiday. Get their birthdays. Send them a birthday card. You know how excited it is to get a birthday card? I don't think I get birthday cards anymore. Simple things like that. It shows you care and it shows you're not conglomerated into a giant email catalog where you're all getting the same email. So congratulations though. A lot of you sound like you're already on that way. I love it. Why is lead generation important? Why should we care? Why do we call?
Because that's how you get the money.
No dials, no dollars. That's nail on the head. If you don't lead gen, you don't have anyone to call, you have no business. Period. So you cannot sell a home to anyone but a human. So you need to be interactive, you need to be lead generating. Right now, more than ever, especially, again, you guys are in a shift. We're going to start to see some agents that won't make it. Not at Keller Williams, though, because we have a phenomenal training program. But there will be agents out there, there will be seasoned agents that I started with that aren't going to make the shift because they're going to have to start dialing for dollars. I'm going to have to start dialing for dollars. It's what you're doing. So again, until you're at that point where you've hired yourself a buyer's agent and you got an assistant and you're so busy that you don't have time to dial. That's all of us should be doing. I mean, myself included. Active lead generations ensures that not only you will get business quickly, but when done consistently, it also ensures a steady stream of business. Another way said, active lead generations turns the feast or famine cycle that most agents go through and creates a steady upward increase in business. So again, it's not just about lead generation, it's about retaining them. So anybody can go out and do quality over quantity. That's, rather easy thing to do. Anybody can go pick 100 apples in an apple tree forest, but if you come back and only 25 of them are edible, you've really shot yourself in the foot. So it's the same thing with lead generation. Be intentional, be thoughtful. There's no reason that you shouldn't be sending these people something every single month, especially when you're getting started. Again, trend it, easy, cheap, inexpensive. Start there. Start with an email program. Command, it's free. You don't have to spend any money to get in front of people with Command. That is included with you being a KW employee. So
Yeah, I'm trying to do that, those smart plans. I'm trying to learn those smart plans, and I email myself something first, so
Sure.
just to kind of check out how it's formed and everything. But those are really interesting to me. I'm excited to learn more about those things, the smart plans.
Absolutely. Like I said, there's Command Basics with Tom Dye every single week. It's either Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Every single week. That is the time to go in and sit with Tom and ask any question about Command. It doesn't even have to be about the email. You can go in there and say, how do I put somebody in Command? Or that's Tom Dye giving an hour of his time to say, what do you need? What can I do for you? Yeah, Command's an amazing tool. What do you think is different about the lead generation of successful agents compared to their not so successful peers? What would a good agent do for lead generation, or how does a good agent, a successful agent, operate their lead generation as opposed to one that doesn't? Well, I can tell you right now, a bad agent is simply taking these courses and saying they'll make these calls and they're not doing it. So again, you're spending your own money. When you do Bold, same thing with Bold. Bold may seem like a steep investment. It will be one of the greatest investments of your life. I am not a Bold coach. I don't get paid for Bold, but I truly think Bold is one of the greatest investments, at least for me. I should get a coach. That's a 2023 goal, but that is my coaching. I look forward to Bold because I know I'm going to get asked some hard questions about my business, and there's always stuff to be learning. So be thoughtful with what you're doing. No one's paying you to be here. I came from a salary job. This is my first time I've ever been my own boss, and I've never been so happy, never been so successful, but it's a grind. It's an absolute grind. There was 1 month last year that I did not have one single deal, and it was the scariest month of my life. I was fine, but it was more mentally like that could happen to anybody. And that happened just like that. In December, I did not close one single deal. From November 15th to January 13th, I did not do one thing. So may seem great. Yeah, Christmas time, I'm off. My birthday, I'm off. New Year's, I'm off. January 1st, it's like, oh my God, what did I just do in December? So lead generation is a full-time job. Just depends on how you do it. When I go into Thanksgiving in November and Christmas mode, my lead generation is much different than it is in March. My lead generation is, hey, Gary, how's it going? What do you guys got going on for the holidays? Is your daughter back in town? How's Michigan State treating her? Great. Hey, if you would like, I'd love to bring you and your family a pumpkin pie to celebrate the holiday. Would that work for you? Fantastic. They want to talk business? Great. But that is me in November and December. I'm calling, asking how they're doing. How's your year ending up? Do you need anything? I am a person that never goes on vacation. If I do, it's for 3 days at a time, and I'm on my phone the whole time. So I tell people all the time, hey, are you going out of town at Christmas time? Do you need me to check on the house? If it's a house you sold, you should be offering that no matter what. But you'd be surprised how far that call goes. Hey, do you need me to water your Christmas tree while you're out of town? I know where you live. So, making, not every lead gen call has to be about business. You should, at the beginning, slide in a nugget about your business. Hey, by the way, Maddie, yeah, I'm actually getting my feet wet. I just closed my first deal. This is great. I got to tell you, can I have 30 seconds of your time? I want to tell you this one thing this lender told me at lunch that I had no idea about. So, just be you. Just be you. Be you. Especially if you don't know that person, because if you're interviewing or you're talking to a brand new client, chances are so is somebody else. So stand out in any way you can, positively, not negatively. Lead generation. So prospecting just determines, your whole database. The more you prospect, the bigger your database is going to be. The less you prospect, the smaller your database is going to be. The less you touch your database, the less they're going to remember you. So, I'll nail it again. Make sure you're present. This is a good little, I don't know what you guys have in front of you as far as papers go. So this is a good little thing. This is called the funnel, the prospecting funnel. So it all starts, it's a big old trickle effect. Got to have leads to be able to make appointments. You got to have appointments to be able to have agreements. And you got to be able to have agreements to contracts close. So you don't get here until you do all these steps. You may get lucky. You may get a call one day. Hey, can you write up an offer for me? Fantastic. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. So it's probably never going to happen again. So again, it's a trickle effect. You got to, oh, we got another guy coming in. Hi, Garrett. You want to get paid? Yeah, you got to make your calls. It's just, it is what it is. Texting's another thing that's now changed in Bold too. When I started Bold, you made 20 calls. You made 20 calls in that Bold room, and you did not sit down until those calls were done. It's now 10-10. You can make 10 texts, 10 calls. If they're a brand new agent, call, or excuse me, if they're a brand new person, call them, follow up with a text. Texting works for a lot of people, but it can also be very impersonable to a person. So, if you have a client that says they don't DocuSign, I guarantee they don't text. Don't text. If you have a client that doesn't own a smartphone, call them. One of my number one questions when we start with buyers or sellers, what's your preferred method of communication? What are your hours of work? I have a duplex right now where one side of it is both sides work opposite schedules. I have a daytime sleeper and a nighttime sleeper. So these showing instructions are quite brutal, but here we are. Has it stopped it from going under contract? No, but you need to be able to convey. Nothing's worse than calling your client and saying, hey, I have a 4:30 showing. Well, what are you talking about? That's when I'm sleeping. That's when I get home from work. So making sure to ask those questions. What's your preferred method of communication? I always tell my clients, I am not 9 to 5. I am not a 9 to 5 business person. I am when it works for you. Now, of course, there's limitations. If you call me at 3 in the morning, I'm going to freak out thinking my dad's passed away. So don't do that, or just turn your phone. Like right now, my phone is on do not disturb. Don't call me. There's a little moon on my screen. If somebody calls me, it's going to say I'm in a meeting. But let your clients know you're available. That's important too with your lenders. Make sure your clients, if you refer a lender, you better know who that lender is, and you better be able to trust that lender. So when you're talking with your clients and, hey, I'm working with Rocket Mortgage. Now, there's nothing wrong with Rocket Mortgage. I've actually had pretty good luck with them. But if you have a brand new buyer and they're saying, well, where do I go for financing? Get them to a local lender. Get them. There's a lot of other good programs out there. Actually, we just partnered with one. It's not Knock, but we just partnered with another one. But as you're starting to get to know your lenders, give them business, and whoever you refer your clients to, it's because of you. So if they have a bad experience with somebody from ABC company because you pulled them up on Google and didn't do your research, they're going to remember you. They're going to remember you gave them that name. So get your trusted vendors, get your trusted lenders, get your trusted plumbers, your trusted people. You will be a phone book for people. Your job doesn't stop at who do you know for a realtor? Who do you know for a lender? Who do you know for a plumber? Who do you know for an electrician? Who do you know for a handyman? Get your handyman out there. Who do you know for movers? That's another one you should be spamming right now. Call your movers. Because if they're moving people, they got a house to sell, most likely. So it doesn't just stop at title, it doesn't just stop at lenders. Get in front of lawyers. Get in front of lawyers, divorce lawyers. You're probably not going to get a coffee with them, but get on their receptionist side. Start sending them stuff. Pick my first Bold, we had to bring a phone book. They're like, okay, now look up this person, call that person. So think outside the box. If you bought a house, what are things that could go wrong? Do you have an HVAC person in your pocket that you could call? Make sure to, start getting that. Benefits of prospecting. It's inexpensive. Yields immediate results. Every time I get a Facebook friend. So when I started real estate, I had like 300 friends, mostly my family, mostly my friends. I think I'm close to 2,000 people now. You're going to get so many requests from people that are in the industry, from people that want your business. You'll get a lot of those ad people like, hey, partner with me, I can increase your business, blah, blah, blah. Every time I get a Facebook request, every time I accept them, I send them a message. Hey, thanks so much for your request. How's your day going? Cool. Excellent. What do you do for a living? Would love to know a little bit more about you. It was so nice to meet you. Great. I always ask them. It shows I care. Great. What do you do? Oh, I'm in real estate down here. Been doing it for 5 years. Absolutely love it. Gives me an opportunity to travel. I love traveling all throughout Oregon. It doesn't just limit me to Eugene, Springfield. Nice to meet you. Have a good day. How many Facebook requests do you get and you have no idea who that person is? Or, hey, you may vet out a creeper. You'll sometimes get some requests. You're like, I don't think I need to be your friend. Delete, or it's that person that's trying to get to the 5,000 number. So every single follow, every single new person on my Instagram, on my Facebook, they know who I am. Thanks for asking me to be your friend. I always love meeting new people. Not saying you need to take them out. Don't get weird. And some people may take it weird. So if they go there, I just say, you know what, I'm here for business. If I can answer any questions for you, related to real estate, if they cross that path. It's inexpensive, yields results. It puts you in control of your pipeline. So no one else is controlling your pipeline for you. No one else. When I worked at the winery, we'd capture information. There was a girl in the back, she put it all in. If I don't capture information, it doesn't get captured. I see a business card right here that's been on my desk for 4 days. She's another realtor. I need to capture her information. She needs to be in my database. Nice lady. Realtor connections are very important. Very, very important. Being present in the office is important. I encourage all of you, depending on where you're located, I would assume all of you are within relativity of an KW office. Get in there once a week. Since COVID, I have a home office now, but my ALC goal as of last week, I need to be in the office 3 times a week. So I've been in there twice already, and I will be back there tomorrow. I can get the same amount of work done here as I do at my house. Not. I think everybody can say that, but there'll always be a distraction. Today I'm working from here because I know if I sat in my office, I would be distracted from this meeting because too many people stop by. So get in front of people, let agents know, come say hi to me, come say hi to Matt Kendall, come say hi to the agents that are in your office. Look up your top agents. All of this information is public knowledge for KW. So you can go to your KW reports and pull up my listing. You can pull up my business. You can pull up anyone's business in that office. We're an open book company. Figure out who those top agents are. Rebecca Marsh is my favorite top agent. One of them. One of them. There's so many good ones. Rebecca Marsh, though, I will call her. Hey, you have any open houses for me? Rebecca Marsh she just closed. What did she close? I can't remember what the deal was. But it was like the highest deal ever in Lane County. I mean, she's a multi-million-dollar producer. So if I want to do some open houses, I'm calling Rebecca Marsh. Hey, you got any open houses for me? Because one, I know she can market those open houses like no other. So I know that if I take her open house, that I'm going to get people coming through. If I take, someone else's open house that I never see them marketing open house, I'm not going to offer to do theirs. You're not even, because you're probably not getting anyone coming to those open houses. So connect with the agents in your office. Hey, do you have any agents that I can take out? There's an agent in our office who is now so busy, he started giving me some buyers. He's like, I got too many buyers coming in. I'm like, okay. I gave him a referral, but you don't have to do that, but if you want to. So get in touch with people. Let them know. We constantly get new agents. Get in front of those people. Come say hi to us. Come knock on my door. I'm in the hobbit hole. I am surrounded by nobody. I'm in like the deep dark corner of the office, but come say hi. Inexpensive, yields quantity elites, keeps you in direct contact with the market and protects against market shifts. So again, we're in a shift. They should be getting all that information from you. You should be branding RMLS statistics right now. You should be showing them TMO reports. Every Monday morning, our friend Lauren sends out a TMO report. That is the total market overview. And again, if you're not getting these emails, go talk to the girls at the front desk. TMO still shows that within $300,000 to $500,000 range, that houses are still getting 102% of their asking price, meaning we're still going over list price. What has changed is days on market. And so that's a conversation that you'll need to have. Well, yeah, the days are a little longer on market. Now what, you know, you may be looking around saying, well, you're crazy. I'm seeing price drops everywhere. Well, that's still kind of what's happening. So, you know, if you have a house that starts at 500 and it's not moving and you drop it to 450 and you generate a bidding war, that's what RMLS pulls. They're showing, oh, okay, well, it was 450. Well, now you're selling it for 470. So that's still over the final sales price. So again, TMO reports, RMLS reports, we're still going strong. We're still in our third strongest year in the last 15 years. So obviously they're the two strongest years for the last 2 years, but we're still being set up. We're still going to have rates in the 4.5, low 5s at the end of the year. When you look at all other inflation in the United States, in the world, my dad just came back from Scotland. Inflation's everywhere. Our real estate inflation is so minimal compared to what's happening with the rest of the world. And that's what your clients need to know. Hey, how much was your tank of gas? Oh, you're paying 3 times the amount of gas? People aren't paying 3 times the amount of homes. They're not paying 3 times the list price. They're not paying 3 times their interest rate. Yeah, they've gone up a little bit, but so is your rent. So, you know, just making sure you're having those conversations. Myth. One of the biggest myths. I still get nervous about it. I'm bugging people. They don't want to hear from me. I'm bugging them. People want to hear from you. People do want to hear from you. They like phone calls. You may have some people. There's a generation that doesn't like phone calls, and that's okay. I sometimes like phone calls. I sometimes don't, depending on who's on the other end. But people want to hear from you. People really, really do. And you'll be surprised. I emailed a sweet little client of mine, and I haven't talked to her in over a year. And she's just been on my mind. And you know, I always take that as a sign. You know, makes you. And she goes, God, you've been on my mind. And I said, you've been on my mind, and I'm going to go have coffee with her next week. So they want to hear from you. If they don't, they'll tell you. Oh, they'll tell you right away. You will get people, oh, I signed you up for my email. Your next email, contact inactive, opted out. Let them go. Do not re-sign them back up. If they opt out themselves, that's their way of telling you, don't call me. You may get someone, hey, you know what? I'm just not interested. I'll let you know when I'm interested. Perfect.
Can we see that?
What's that?
Can we see if they delete our, how do we see it?
So you'll get an email and it'll say, you know, Bob Smith has inactive, opted out. So it is what it is. I mean, so I don't really take it personally. It's probably they get so much crap in their email that they don't want to see my Monday morning coffee. They don't care. And you know, if it's somebody like I really know, I'm gonna say, hey, what's going on? You don't want to see, you don't want my recipes? Why don't you want my recipes? You don't like strawberry shortcake? You know, have fun with it. But if they say, you know, if they say no, do not go back in there and re-sign them up. Same with the do not call list. I know they're gonna tell you over and over. If they're on a do not call list, do not call them because you don't want to pay a fine. Or if they say, if it's in a text and they say, don't call me, and it's in a text and you continue to call them, you get in trouble for that. So don't do it. But everybody loves free sweets. So continue. They can throw them away. That's fine. Like I said, I have the same 15 people. And I tell you what, these 15 people aren't worried about money. So it's funny. Yeah. I mean, I have people that I'm like, oh, they'll definitely use it if they have kids. No, it's the people that make $5 million a year that are going to get 2 free macarons every year or every month. So that's the myth. You're not annoying people. If you are, they're going to let you know. You need to brush it off. You just shake it off. Okay. I pissed that person off, or maybe I annoyed them. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you caught them when they just got a bad call. Maybe you caught them when they just got terrible news. So, you know, you can always follow up. Hey, I just wanted to check back in. I think I may have caught you at a wrong time. I just want to make sure you're okay. If I can ever be of help, let me know. Don't even bring up real estate. If they don't want to hear from you, or they're mad that you're calling about real estate, don't send a follow-up and tell them about the market. Send a follow-up and come from the heart. Hey, I'm really sorry. I think I may have overstepped a boundary, or I got a hold of you when you didn't want to hear from me. It's not going to happen again. I really hope everything's okay. Have a great day. All my best, Felicia. So come from the heart, make up for it. If you make them mad, drop them a card, send them a $5 gift card. Hey, sorry, I didn't, you know, enjoy a coffee on me. Sorry about that. Have a great day. Easy things you can do. You're not annoying people. You may get rejected. We all do. You can get rejected all the time. All the time. The truth, prospecting equals meeting new people and building purposeful business. So be purposeful with your business. Don't just go out there for quantity. Again, yes, right now we want to build up your database, collect, capture, cultivate, but also be intentional too. I mean, if it's somebody you're like, God, this guy's a pain, he's going to be the worst client. Do you really want to work with him? I mean, if he's being a heckler already about this and this, you're going to want to know when to say no too. The more relationships you have, the stronger business you're going to have, period. That's period. So the 4 C's of prospecting: capture, that's your number one thing. So you capture their information, you meet the client, you get their information, you connect, cell phone, text, email, however. You start cultivating that relationship and hopefully you get to a closing table. Eventually, you will probably get to a closing table. At some point, someone's going to do business with you. At some point, whether they do or whether they know somebody, they will do business with you. Everyone's going to need a realtor at one point. So capture, connect, cultivate, close the deal. There should be a 5th C. I don't really know if it's a C word, but it should be M. The 4 C's and M: maintain or follow up, stay in contact. So I tell every single one of my clients when a deal closes, our relationship does not end today. If you need anything down the line, if you need a home warranty, if you need a handyman, let me know. I have so many connections here in town. If they're coming from out of state, they're going to know nobody, absolutely nobody. I had a client buy a house off River Road and from Texas for his kid to go to the U of O. Dorms are so expensive, he refuses to pay. This kid has called me every single month. Who do you know for this? Who do you know for this? Who do you know for this? So don't let the relationship stop there. I am now at a point, you're going to hit a point where you're going to start getting your repeat business. It took me 4 years to get there. So now the houses I sold 2 years ago starting to come back because they're like, oh my God, again, $150,000 in equity. Wife needs a bigger backyard. We've had 3 kids since you sold me the house. Where can I go? I took a listing the other day and I always look at who the listing agent was before. And this was a very surprising case because it was from an agent that I never thought would not have a repeat business. And so it just goes to show, if you're not keeping in contact with them, somebody else will. Someone else is going to take that opportunity. You could have done everything. You could still be in their life playing sports with their kids, or maybe that's all you do, but you don't call them. You're not thoughtful. Well, Stephanie Smith I met her at the grocery store and she wowed me. And, I wasn't even thinking about selling my house, but now I'm going to sell my house because now I know what it's worth. So don't let the relationship die. Stay in touch. Stay in touch. If they move out of state, stay in touch. What's the easiest money you can make in this business? Referrals, referral fee, easiest freaking money. So stay in touch. Hey, where are you moving to? Oh, I connected you with Bob Smith out in Jamestown, New York. Perfect. I'm going to stay in contact with Bob Smith. I want their final address. I want what the house is. I want everything because I'm still going to send them a Christmas card every year. Hope Life is great in Jamestown. If you ever need anything, please let me know. So, Facebook, power of Facebook. I don't necessarily friend clients right away. I kind of let a deal close. Not that I have anything to hide, but Facebook's a great way. If you close a deal and you're not friends on Facebook, hey, are you on Facebook? Do you mind if I send you some? I do giveaways. I do events. I do all sorts of stuff. I'm not saying you need to. Start small. Start small. Some years will be better than others. Some years will be ends games. Some years you may send out a pumpkin pie. It's no problem. Come from contribution. So, when I tell people, hey, follow me on Facebook, I never want you to miss any events that we're having. We do some giveaways. I just gave out a big Rexius yard care package. Just make sure to follow me at least for that. I don't care if you really even read my stats. My social media has suffered. You go to my page, you're gonna be like, where have you been, girl? I've been suffering this year. So, with my shift or the shift that's kind of happening, my business is kind of slowing down in some areas that it's allowing me where I haven't been purposeful. So yes, these things are still going out. My emails are still going out. I haven't really called in a while. So that's where my main focus will be over the next couple months. So 4 C's: capture, connect, close, cultivate, maintain, follow up. Now I gave you 6. MF. Again, capturing if you're at an open house, this should be pretty darn easy. If you're doing open houses, get your own open house sign-in sheet. So when I do open houses for Rebecca Marsh, hey, come down and see me at Rebecca Marsh's listing at 123 Main Street. I'll be there from 12 to 4. It's my signs at that open house. It's my marketing. Her name is nowhere except in that red for sale sign in the front of the house. So when you're doing open houses, again, that's the easiest way. If you're not a door knocker, I don't like door knocking. I lasted 35 minutes door knocking. I was like, wow, not for me. That was not my cup of tea. I watch too much Dateline. Not saying that's the case, but I'm just not a door knocker. So for me, it was open houses. I'm personable. I'm better in front of people. I am not a good phone person. You call me on the phone, you're going to be like, this is not the same person that was on our Zoom call. I'm better face to face. I would love to take you to a cup of coffee. I'd love to take you to a drink. What do you like? Let's go do that. You got kids? Let's go down to the park. Let's let the kids play. I'll bring a dog, whatever it is. So when you're capturing information, be intentional. I just told you how I get people to follow me on Facebook. Hey, do you like free stuff? Cool. If you want to send me your home address, I send stuff out all the time. Around Thanksgiving, I like to do pumpkin pie drop offs. If you and your family, would like a pumpkin pie, let me know. Give me your home address. Text, cell phones are easy. Anybody can get a cell phone number. Home addresses, I kind of showed you how to get those home addresses, but if you can directly ask and get that, I'd rather have you do that. One, hey, can I have a home address? I like to send out, stuff from time to time. Email addresses, if you're talking about home searching, email should be no problem to get. Hey, I'd like to set you up on a prospecting search, sending you houses that only meet your criteria. Let me get your email. So stuff like that should be easy. If you're at an open house, it's a matter of safety. COVID, blame it on the COVID. So, hey, thanks for coming for my open house. I do have an open house sign-in sheet. Can you go ahead and leave me your, I just need your first name and either a number or email address, or both would be great. You may have some people that, no, hey, it's a matter of safety for my sellers. They're just asking, we want to know who's in the house. Simple as that. They don't want to sign off. Red flag. Maybe they don't belong in your open house. Another thing about open houses, Mara said I was on the ALC committee. I do a wellness safety thing. When you're talking about open houses, I always advertise us. Come see us. Come see us. Come see us. It's just me. But you never know who's out there looking at your ads. Again, you're going to get a lot of random Facebook friends. A lot of cute people out there. Now, only 4 of you have your camera on, so I can only see a few of you. But we're all cute. We're all good-looking people. Make sure to take care of yourself, too. Lenders love going to open houses. If you're a woman or even a man, I take that back. If you get a call and, hey, can you come do an open house? It's out in the middle of the country. Your sellers really well, but there's no cell reception. You call me. You call somebody else. You get somebody else to go out there and do an open house with you. Lenders love being present at the open house. That's business opportunity for them. So my lender, I just told him yesterday, I go, you need to start coming to open houses. He goes, my business is slow. What do? I go get in front of people, coming to my open houses. Connect. So connecting questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Let's see. So connecting here, this would be asking how you connect. People meet their, okay. So you want to know who you're connecting with. If you'd please tell me a little bit about you. Who are you? Are you a call from California that randomly looked up KW and they found you? Who are you? Find out, are they calling you for a rental? They're calling, you're going to get a lot of rental calls. Hey, do you know any rentals? I do, but I'm going to turn you on to Shelly Carter at Premier Property Management. Don't waste your time with rentals. What are they calling you for? I just kind of covered that. Where would you like to buy? Where's your home located? Where are you looking to sell? Where are you looking to invest? I had a call this morning from Napa, California from another agent. Her client is selling a two bedroom, 1 bath in Napa, a rental for $800,000. She goes, my client is so sick of not getting any money for, her rentals. And I said, well, I have a rental up here for half that price. That's a 2-1 duplex. And so again, where are you coming from? It may not always be in the state, and that's okay. I got another call the other day. Front desk, and Lauren's a sweetheart. She forwarded it to me. It was a lady calling out of Medford. So I don't deal with Medford. So I called my referral partner, Carly Kruger at KW. I said, I just got a call here in Eugene. She accidentally called the wrong office. Now I do a lot of business with Carly, so I'm not going to charge Carly a referral fee. But had I cultivated that relationship and oh, surprise, after showing her, I'm going to move down south, then you can go from there. Why? What's their motivation? Why are they moving? You need motivated sellers. If you have a seller that, you may have a seller. I have one right now. He's just testing the waters. I have a feeling his house is going to get yanked and he's going to go back to probably renting it because he wants kind of a little too much, and his bottom dollar, he's probably going to end up renting it. So what's your motivation? Oh, you're moving? You got a job? Great. When do you start? You may have people that are, I just want to test the waters. I want to see if I could get it. You may have people that say, my husband's already moved. I got to pack up the kids. We got to move in 6 weeks. Get to moving. So what's their motivation? Motivation gets into the when. When? How fast do we need to move? Is this a 6-month talk? Is this a 6-week talk? Is this a year? Or you just want a CMA for your house to know what it's worth for fun? So you no problem. That's what I'm here for. And how? How do you plan to do this? How do you plan to make the move across the states? Are you going to be a contingent seller? Are you going to have me put in the listing that this sale of your home in Springfield is contingent upon you successfully closing on your new house in Michigan? So again, these are questions you need to ask, because if your seller has to have a house out in Michigan before they sell here and you go under contract and nobody knows that, and this house closes here in Springfield and their one in Michigan fell through, their buyers in Springfield are going to say, so I get possession at 5 on Friday. Sorry, you're homeless. So all these questions: who, what, when, where, why, how are you getting there? Step 3, close, close, close. So your goal for the call to close is at least one of the following. 1, get an appointment with them. 2, get a referral from them. 3, a connection, a two-way connection from them, meaning you're going to talk to them. They're going to call you back. So this has kind of got some little closes here. Again, I apologize. I'm not sure what you can see. I hate Zoom, but there's different ways to close. All of us are different. Again, this is why it's important to take that disc profile. You can go online, you can take it for free. You need to know what kind of personality you are. Yeah, because sometimes you may have to say no, or sometimes there may be an agent in our office that's a better suit, and we'll let them handle it. So you got the hard close. Hey, let's meet. You're probably not quite there. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. I wasn't there until about year 3. Sometimes I'm still not there. You got the soft close. I've really enjoyed visiting you with you. When would you like to get together to discuss this further? Can I take you out for another cup of coffee? You got someone with happy hour? Hey, they got rotating ciders. Let's come back in 2 weeks. Let's try out this, or whatever it is. Figure out who your client is. Maybe they're a dog walker. Maybe you have a dog. You want to go for a walk? Great. The direct close. Could we meet today, or would tomorrow be better? Now that may be uncomfortable. Sometimes that's uncomfortable for me. Or you may get, a feeling that, hey, this person's just testing out the waters. They've said 4 times, I'm not looking for appreciation. That probably is not the close for you to say, can we meet today? Can we meet tomorrow? I'm coming over. The assumptive close. Sounds like we should meet. I am available most times this week, so what would work best for you? Nothing wrong with that. They're going to say, hey, this week's not good for me. Next week would be better. Or yeah, you want to meet me Friday? Perfect. Come on out. The negative positive close. Would you be offended if I asked if we could meet to go over this? Nothing wrong with that. Especially in today's world, we have been behind computer screens for the last 2.5 years. Again, I'm a people person. Maybe some of you are Zoom people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Zoom away, Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. But if you have a client that just doesn't use a computer, they don't Zoom, they don't know how to screen share, meet in person. Get to know where they're gonna, how they're gonna want to communicate with you. The take back close. I've really enjoyed visiting with you. To be honest, I'm not sure if I can be of help or not, but I'd be honored to find out I'd be honored if we could meet to find out. So with referrals, I'll say that on Facebook too. If there's like 27 agents from Eugene popping on, and this is something Bolt will teach you. You can say it too. You have a person in front of you. Well, I'm interviewing 7 agents to see who would be a right fit. Fantastic. Feel free to say that back to them. Hey, I'm here to see if I'm going to be a right fit for you and your needs. Nothing wrong with that. It just goes to show that, we want to make sure everyone's going to vibe, everyone's going to get along. So there's no problem saying that back to a client. Just say, hey, I'm here for the same thing. I just want to make sure that I can meet all of your expectations, your needs, that I would be a right fit for you. So when I comment on referral Facebook groups, hey, Angela in New Mexico, I would love to connect with you. Here's my number. Here's my email. Here's my website. I would love to see if I'd be a great or a right fit for your clients that are coming up here. Great. Perfect. You're not just, hey, pick me. Here's my number. Cool. You got to stand out. The tie down close. Wouldn't it make sense for us to meet in the next day or so? Again, that kind of gets back to the getting in person close. If you're getting there, great. If they're like, oh man, I know this great little spot on Thursdays, they have great lunches and it's Wednesday afternoon, ask them if they want to go to lunch tomorrow. The alternative choice close. What works better for you? Meeting today, tomorrow, next week, whenever's good for you. Meeting on Zoom. Oh, you're traveling? No problem. I can jump on Zoom whenever you're ready. Or you want to wait till you get back, that's fine too. Step 4, the last C is cultivating. So again, I think this is one of the most overlooked C's. You can go out and capture information all day. You can go to Safeway, here's my card. What's your email? You want a free pumpkin pie? Sure, who doesn't love free stuff? Cultivating, that's your most important C. That's your repeat business. Anyone can do business. You want a repeat business, you need to give them a reason to come back and be with you. Give them a reason to know that you're still alive, that you're around. Again, I got a listing the other day because a very top-notch agent that I've always looked up to in that sense. Now, I'm not saying that something else could have gone wrong. Maybe there's something that I don't know about, but shocked I got that listing because she didn't cultivate. I said, what happened with her? How was that? So never heard from her again. And that could be something, maybe something went wrong, but cultivating, because if you don't cultivate, you don't take care of them, I will. Agent sitting next to you will. Somebody will take care of them. And right now there's an influx. There's too many agents out there. There's too many of us. There's so many of us right now. So this is why we like shifts too. You will see some agents again, maybe even sitting in next to us, or maybe that started over at Remax that are not going to make it. This is the time. This is the time you need to be in front of people. I think this is a great time for you to be in front of people because you are your own network. You're your own CNN. Come from contribution. Let them know the real facts. Don't let the New York anchor talk about the Eugene market. Same with lenders. Don't let a lender back east tell you about your market here. Your sphere of influence. It's all the people you know, trust, and may do business with you. Trust is important. Don't go out and get criminals for clients. Ask yourself, how many people do I know? Is it 50? Is it 100? Is it 200? I guarantee if you all have Facebook, you definitely have at least 50 people, with the exception of one of you that's just getting started on social media. I forget who you were. Those cards. There's your database. Start there. You may have mutual friends. You may go to mine and we're like, wow, we have 200 mutual friends. Go for it. I haven't signed limited agencies with me. Go for it. We're all going to have mutual friends. We're a small community. Ask yourself, look on your Facebook, look on your Instagram, look on your TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, whatever, social, Twitter. If you're a Twitterer, get a Twitter. Then ask yourself, how many of those people know you? Do they know what you do? Does it just say at the top that you're a real estate broker at Keller Williams Realty? Great. Let them know other things. Your sphere is so big. So go through your phone, pull out your mechanic, pull out your dentist, pull out your mortgage company, past coworkers, hairstylists, beard trimmers, whatever it is. Anyone in your sphere, they should know who you are. Again, you don't need to be in their face all the time. But hey, I just started some real estate. Would love to let you know, maybe send you a little, get you signed up for my email. Would you help me grow my database? Who do you know? People want to help you. If they don't, they'll tell you no. They'll say, nope, I already got a realtor. My brother-in-law. Okay, perfect. Let it go.
I
Move
use
on
that
to the next.
help me grow my database yesterday.
Help me grow my
Hey, just
database.
help me grow my database, man. Come on.
Just, hey,
It worked. You know,
it's people want to help you. They really do.
softens the touch, I guess, too.
It does. Again, give them a reason. Hey, I would love to get you signed up on my database. I'm sending out these free coupons every month. There's Spin it. They're to support local businesses. Will you help me support local businesses? Yeah, who's going to say no to that? That's like being at the Albertsons. Do you want to round 14 cents up to St. Jude? You're like, yeah, you know, who's going to say no to that? So turn it around. Come from contribution. Hey, I love supporting small businesses through the pandemic. These change every single month, and it's always a small business. So how can you help them? Lenders, mortgage, title, all those people, get your handyman. Start taking handyman out. Go on a Google search. Those guys love free lunch. You're going to have lenders calling you. They're the ones trying to capture your business. You should be capturing everyone else's business. The handyman is doing a $30,000 renovation project to get the house for sale. I want to be the realtor. I want that business. So look at your sphere, kids, teachers, bankers, whoever it is, let them know. Do you guys do you stop and do like activities in these classes? Because we used to in person. I don't know if I'm supposed to like stop for 20 minutes and let you do stuff. Do you ever do that? No.
Yeah, but
Cool. I'm gonna keep going with that then. So okay, we went over sphere. Time blocking with the 3-3. So when you go to do your lead generation, there's should be 3 steps to it. You know, you should prepare. You should have a call list. Who are you going to call that day? Are you calling your A through Ks? Are you calling your J's through Z's or whatever it is? Are you calling your people in Eugene? Or are you calling your Elmira people? Prepare that call list so it's in front of you. I am a person, I love checking things off. So, you know, if you got 100 calls, you're like, how am I going to do this? Or 20 calls or whatever it is, put it out in front of you. Get a highlighter. Nothing's more gratifying than checking something off, a checklist. So prep your call list. Say your affirmations. People want to hear from me. People want to hear from me. People want to hear from me. People want to know how I'm doing. I'm a great realtor. I'm a phenomenal realtor. I am great at market statistics. I know my market. People want to hear from me. Say your affirmations. Look in the mirror. Call me. We'll do 10-second video time, and I'll say, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Get on the horn. Start making your calls. Practice scripts. Number 3. So prep your call list. Say your affirmations. Part of your affirmations, everyone should have a big why. What's your big why? Maybe you have multiple big whys. Are they your kids? Are they your parents, husband, wife, dog, cat, plant, whatever it is? Have your big whys. That was tough for me when I started because I don't have kids. I am not married. My big whys live around the corner, and now they're decorating my rooms. They're my nephews and my niece. So everyone should have a big why. Why do you wake up? I don't care if you flip burgers. What's your big why? My big why is to pay rent. Okay, cool. That's your big why. So with your affirmations, why are you out there grinding? Why are you out there busting at 10 p.m. when your significant other or your friends or everyone's out? What is it? Because there's going to be days that you're going to say, oh, I'm done. I'm done. Well, I'll go back to doing one or whatever it is. What's your big why? Why am I here? Why are you working for yourself? Why'd you take this leap of faith? Something was unhappy in your past circumstance, so now you're here. So journaling, figure out your big why. It'll constantly change. It'll constantly change, and that's okay. But you should always have a big why because those are going to help you solidify your affirmations. So once you've prepared, you need to take action. You need to prospect. You need to update that database. If you call somebody and their phone's no longer in service, update your database. If you send these out and it's a kickback, they no longer live there, update your database. Save yourself 60 cents or, whatever it is. And then maintain. So track your results. Out of these 20 people I called, who did I connect with? What do those conversations look like? Then you're going to schedule those commitments. So are these commitments getting out and coffee? Are these commitments sending 20 thank you notes? Are these commitments whatever they may be? So prepare, take action, maintain. We can watch Cold Calling with the Real Estate Brothers. It's about a minute long. So let me pull this guy up real quick. Give me just a second. You've been so good with me here. Here we go. Okay. Let me share this guy with you. All right. So it's not the Property Brothers, but it is some Property Brothers. Oh, you can't hear it, can you? You can't hear my sound. Can you hear that at all?
No, I still can't hear it.
No.
Cool. Okay. Well, we're not going to do this then. Never mind. So these guys just talk about cold calling. They're two brothers. They've been in the business for a long time, and basically they script practice with each other. Again, it's you will never be a seasoned, successful agent if you don't lead gen. You can't. I mean, you could have your most successful year, never pick up the phone again, and you'll be out of business by the following year. So with cold calling, again, figure out be a person, don't be a robot. We all get, hang on, I'm trying to find you again. I lost my Zoom screen. We all get so many spam calls that you need to just be purposeful. If you pick up the phone and you get on that call and they're just like, hey, what do you want? I'm probably not going to go in and tell them about the TAMO report and the 7, hey, just call them to check in. I've been thinking about you. Well, who doesn't want to hear that you've been thinking about them? Or if oh God, well, this phone call's going bad. I just wanted to check in, give Kathy my best. Have a great start to this school year. Get off the phone. Just be you. People want to hear from you. So when you prepare your call list, it doesn't just have to be your sphere. Once you start getting into RMLS, you're going to start looking at expireds. You're going to start looking at just solds. You're going to start looking at all sorts of things. Expireds and for sale by owners are some good people to capture that are not represented by agents. So there's no competition. There's absolutely no competition with an expired listing. There may be with an expired listing if other people are calling expired listings, but very little people call them. What was it? Same with for sale by owners. For sale by owners, those could be the people that don't want to hear from you. And if they don't, then let it be. Let it be. You know how I call for sale by owners? Hey, my name is Felicia Mondragon. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams. They're already like, oh, I have a buyer that's interested in your listing. I don't, but I'm going to say I do. Because right there, they're going to say, okay, she's not just calling for my business. That's not the first thing out of my mouth. Make sure to look at the listing. Hey, is one bedroom enough to fit a master bedroom, or excuse me, a king size bed? No? Okay, I probably know the answer. Whatever question I'm asking, I know the answer to. I just want to get them on the phone. Oh, okay, great. Hey, how long's that been on the market? Okay. Yeah, actually, I drove by. I saw you didn't have any signage, so I ended up having to kind of Google and find you online. I'm curious why you don't have any signs up. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because 3 houses down the street in a 2-block radius have all gone pending within 14 days. Have you seen that? Okay, great. Not all your FSBO calls are going to go like that. They may say, okay, do you have everything you need? Yeah, it's not going to fit a king bed. Do you want to make an appointment? No? Okay, I got to go. Cool. That's what you're going to do. People are scared of FSBOs. Don't be. They're going to be rude to you. Just brush it off. Get on your next call. But a lot of people also don't make those calls either. Neighbors have just listed or just sold. You don't have to sell the house to let the neighbors know what it's sold for. You can't say that you sold the house at 123 Main Street and I can get you the same thing. You can say, hey, the house at Main Street sold for this. Would you like a free see? Would you like to see what your home's worth? Right. Yay, nay, no problem. So don't be afraid to look up just solds. People want to know what their home's worth. That guy got what for his house? Because a lot of people don't know. I mean, they're going to go on Zillow, and we all know what happened with Zillow. And if you don't, let me give you a little piece on Zillow. So last year, Zillow was buying homes for astronomical amounts. They were a bane to my existence. They were part of my competition. So much of it, they were handing money hand over foot for homes, jacking up prices, overpaying. Well, in October, Zillow stopped buying houses, and they fired off like 1/3 of their workforce, and they haven't bought a house since. Their estimates were so far off that people would go, oh, my house is worth $500,000. Sold. Zillow, buy my house. I don't have to pay a realtor fee. I don't have to do anything. Well, Zillow cannot sell those houses now. I mean, they can, but they're taking a huge hit. So don't let your people get their information from Zillow. We call them pillow, and I always tell that story, and people are like, so you may have this, well, Zillow said it's worth this. Well, Zillow had to fire out the workforce, and they're no longer buying houses. Allied Resources, again, those vendors, titles, lenders, handyman, things like that. Take action. we're gonna start. I don't think you guys have scripts in front of you. So do your script practice. Call me, get together with each other. You really guys should be at least on a call once a week with each other for 10 minutes because you're all new. You're all in that thing together. I highly encourage it. Get to know each other. Get to know each other. And maintain. Have fun. Not gonna watch that video. Again, door knocking. You could door knock, you could geographical farm, FSBOs, withdrawn listings. Those are also really good. So expired and withdrawn. If they withdrew a listing, find out why. Why'd you withdraw that listing? Well, my realtor pissed me off. Oh, okay. I didn't have any showings. Great. What was your marketing plan? Why do you think you didn't have any showings? What was the marketing plan? Well, I don't know. I mean, he posted it on Facebook twice. Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you about my marketing plan. Let me tell you that. So withdrawn could be a multitude of reasons. If they withdraw because of a personal reason, let it go. My husband died. We're not selling that. Okay. Well, don't keep pushing for me. I'm so sorry to hear that. If there's anything you ever need, please don't hesitate to reach out in the call. Door knocking. If either you are going that route, don't door knock, no soliciting signs. It's like a do not call sign, so don't go around it. If you walk up and you see it, I always make it, well, not, but I'll have people do it on me because you don't see my no soliciting sign till you're at my front door. So they'll walk up, get ready to hit the ring, and they're like, oh, yeah. And so if it says no soliciting, they mean it. Don't go up there and knock. Open houses. You all should be doing open houses. It's the easiest free way to get a client right now. Free. Again, start following agents from KW, Rebecca Marsh, all these people that advertise, Terry Debos, call them. Do you have an open house I can do for you this weekend? No? Okay. I'll call you next Friday. I'll call you Wednesday. Actually, you should be calling Tuesday or Wednesday because they already have these things in the loop. The Angie Reno team, it's Craig, Tamara, and Hannah. Every single week, they send out an email. Who needs open house coverage? Who needs open house? Those people do an open house every single weekend. If I'm out showing open houses, I always run into them. So do open houses. It's free. Advertise yourself because the other agent is advertising it. So again, open houses. Free. Capture information, but make sure you're capturing information. If you're doing open houses and you're sitting there playing Candy Crush and you don't care if anyone signs in, good luck. Good luck. This is one of my favorites too. If you are letting your agents, or excuse me, if you're letting your clients go out to open houses by themselves, you're not doing your job. You may have clients that say, you know what, I'm going to go to the open house. Don't worry about coming out. No, I want to see the house too. What if you end up right? No, I want to know about it. I need to know about it. I host more open houses that I say, hey, I'd love to, in my open house says, name, phone number. Are you working with an agent? Yes, no. More often than not, yes. So I'm like, hey, where's your agent today? I just said I would come down here. Is he out of town? No. Why isn't your agent with you? So I'm not saying poach other people's clients, but I always ask, why isn't your agent with you? Your agent should be with you. So if you buy this house, your agent's not even going to see it? Is that what you're telling me? Never know. Not saying poach people's clients, but let them know your service. I mean, I think it's nuts. Don't be pushy, come from contribution. Again, if you door knock and they're like, we don't want to see you, don't tell them about the market stops. And just say, okay, no problem. I will not come by again. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day. If they do open the door and they want to talk some business, what are you gonna say to them? If you come to my door and I'm not a realtor and you door knock and I open the door and I want to have a conversation, what are we gonna talk about? Why did I open my door? Well, none of you I'm going to open my door for then. Are we going to talk about politics? Should we talk about Roe versus Wade?
Negative.
Damn right, negative. You all should be having market stats.
Let's talk about the Ducks, especially if they have like a Ducks flag outside of their house.
Absolutely. So you need to know what you're talking
Tesla.
about. Absolutely. How do you love that thing? Is that thing? Oh man, I've been looking at Teslas. I can't wait to have one day. You need to know what you're going to say. If you just pull up and you're just door knocking, you got your little Keller Williams name tag on, they're going to say, what do you want? Why are you here? Saturday. What do you want? Why should I give you my time? Just want to let you know, hey, Greg Smith down the way, he just banked 60 grand over asking price down there. Did you know that? No? Oh, well, this, if you'd like, I mean, if you're at this point, they want to talk to you. If you haven't got the door shut in your face, you better know what you're there talking about. So be purposeful. Why are you there? Are you there just to say hi? I'm a realtor. Okay, cool, great, go on. So you need to know what you're talking about, because you will get a door open and they're gonna say, what do you want? Provide vendor referrals. This is another one. This is something that was new added, and this is something I've never thought of. So let's say you go down the street and you're out with your little Keller Williams name, and you see somebody out there and they're ripping up their front yard. Oh man, you got a big project going on. Are you guys laying new sod? Yeah, we started with the ABC company, and they're just not doing a good job. Really, that's disheartening to hear. I'm sorry to hear that. I really like Reese Landscaping, and if you like, I'd be more than happy to have them follow up with you. You just came from contribution. You gave them a thing. They got paint coming off. They got dry rot. Hey, I'm just kind of going through the neighborhood. They don't want to talk real estate. Just to let you know, if you ever do want this painted, I just had David at Cornerstone Brushworks. He came to my house. Super solid guy. Give him a call. Walk away. That's it. Leave him with something. Leave him with something. Talked about FSBOs. The National Association of Realtor, the NAR, estimates that about 9% of all homes that sell are sold by the owner. That's scary. We already have enough competition. We don't need 10% of these yahoos doing something they don't know what they're doing. FSBOs, scare them. Scare them. You know what you're doing? You know what you would do if a buyer took you to court? Where are your contracts? Those are my favorite with FSBOs. You may have FSBOs that don't want to pay you a commission. Then you get to go with your tail between your legs and ask your buyer to pay your commission. Those suck. I hate them. When I first started, I had that situation in a FSBO. They said, well, we have a real estate lawyer doing our contracts. I hate real estate lawyers. I hate them. Because one, you're going to be the very last contract on that real estate lawyer's list. So you can expect that deal to get delayed all day. I said, what are you paying that lawyer to write your contracts? $1,500. I said, I'll do them for $2,000. I'll do them for $2,000. I'm insured. I'm licensed. I will take, if anything goes wrong, it falls on me. Okay, great. So again, if you have FSBOs, hey, we're not paying. Say, where are your contracts coming from? Do you know what these contracts mean? Or if you have a FSBO that's not going to do anything, cool, I'll email you the 12 pages, sign it, get back to me. You have 12 hours. So that's my deadline on my, whoa, I don't know what I'm doing. Not my fault. You chose to sell your house. So, come from that place too. Get an appointment to see their home. Again, when I call these FSBOs, hey, I got a client interested. Tell me a little bit about that. Oh, well, okay. Well, no, maybe if that question doesn't work, hey, would you mind if I just came and saw your house? You only have 3 pictures online. Can I just come do a walkthrough in case another client calls me? Get in front of them. One, they're going to say, oh yeah, we definitely want an agent out there that's going to try to find me a buyer. Even if I don't have fam, I just want to get in front of them. Because the moment you get in front of them and you start spitting how wonderful you are and what your marketing plan is, what your plan is to get the house sold, your statistics showing that FSBOs always take a hit on what they sold, get in front of them. If I can't, hey, you know what? It's probably not going to work for this client, but would you mind if I just stopped in? You don't need to bring your client over there. You're a realtor. This is what you do. Go look at a house. Go slowly at first. So of course, get in there when they're trust. Don't get in there and say, okay, here's my listing package. Sign right here. If you haven't discussed any of that, go in there and just be a realtor and, tell them what you'd look for. Oh, if it was me, I'd probably paint that trim. That almost looks like mold. I don't think it's mold, but if it were me, I would paint that. That's probably something that a buyer is seeing. So start spitting off stuff like that. Oh, if it were me, I'd offer a carpet allowance. That's probably why it's not, that could be one of the reasons you're not selling, because a cat tried to escape. If it were me, I'd put $500 carpet allowance in the listing with an acceptable offer. Tell them why they should hire you. Give them little nuggets like that. Expired or withdrawns. If a house isn't selling in this market, it's price, marketing, or condition. So one of those 3 never fails. When you call them, if it's an expired listing, they may not be happy with their previous realtor. Well, she didn't do what I thought she would do, whatever. Well, this is what I do. I bring in my professional photographer. This is all part of the listing package. So, I tell my clients in my brokerage fee, when you're discussing brokerage fees and whatnot, this is what my brokerage fee is, and this is what it includes. My professional photographer comes in, he does drone shots. If I need to have some bark laid around, if I need to spend $200 to make the front look good for an $8,000 commission, I'm gonna do it. So again, when you call expired or withdrawns, why do you think it didn't sell? They're gonna tell you it's the realtor's fault. It's not their fault. They weren't overpriced. They didn't have dry rot. It wasn't their fault. It was the realtor's fault. Always be ready for that conversation. That's a script you should practice. Expired, withdrawn, pushbacks, because they probably have a sour taste in their mouth. So change that for them. Change that and show them why all realtors aren't like that dude from EXP that had no clue what he was doing. Confirm the expiration. Make sure it's actually expired. I had another agent call my listing the other day. It wasn't expired yet. Expired the next day. We were already going to extend it, but I called that agent. I said, "What are you doing calling my client?" It's expired. Said, "No, it's not. You got 1 day." You can get in trouble for that. Don't do that. Make sure it's expired. Stay low key, but be persistent. Listen to them. Listen to their reasoning. Listen to why they're so mad. Just listen. They've probably been waiting for something to listen. Try to meet in person, and then be ready for a listed presentation. If you get as far out and you get a listed presentation and you show up to an expired or withdrawn, you don't have anything in hand, you're done. They're probably never going to list their house again. So again, it's like door knocking. Why are you there? They open that door, and if you get inside that house, you better be ready. Open houses, we've already done that. Again, when you get these little open house sign-in sheets, follow up with them. Don't just put their email in and never talk to them again. Hey, thanks for coming to my open house. Even if you're working with an agent, please let your agent know that I'm here for any questions that you may have. Okay. Don't call me. If they say they're working with an agent and you say, "Hey, please let me know if you have any questions about my listing. I'd love to answer any questions." That other agent may say, "Hey, just to let you know, they're working with me." If it says they're working with an agent, "Hey, just let Rebecca know that if you guys have any questions or want to proceed with another showing or another offer, just have her reach out to me." Because one, it's showing you're not overstepping their toes. You're saying, have your agent call me. But if they say no, you better be on those folks. They're out looking at houses. And why are they looking at a house? 1 out of 10 times it's because they want HGTV ideas. But other than that, they're saying, "I'm here. I'm a client. Find me a house." And again, why isn't your agent there? Your agent should always be. Go to open houses with your clients. Unless you're out of town, go to open houses, especially if your client has not signed an agreement with you and they go to an open house and they find another agent they really like. They don't owe you anything. They owe you nothing. They're going to say, "We never signed anything with you. We like this agent more." It sucks. It's a burn, and it's a burn you never, ever want to have to deal with. But some agents do the buyer agent agreement. I personally don't. If I have a client that hates me that much and they want to get out, go away. Chances are we're probably not vibing. So when you sign your first deal, you're going to sign what's called a disclosed limited agency, whether it's with a buyer or seller. And that one piece of paper says, "I am representing you as a buyer in this transaction. I'm representing you as a seller in this transaction." You can have your people sign buyer agency agreements when you meet with them. And I maybe would suggest it to start off. And basically it says when you meet a new buyer, or if I have a buyer that I'm meeting while I'm talking with 3 other agents. It's not how, I want to make sure that we're on the same page. I want to make sure that I'm giving all my attention to my clients that are going to work with me. You are working with other agents. I would like you to sign this with me, just so I know that your time's not being wasted, my time's not being wasted. If you have a client that's like, "Well, I talked to 3 other agents and I'm not signing with you," run. They're going to waste your time. They're going to waste your time. They're going to waste all those agents' times. So you can have people sign those buyer agency agreements. Again, I think they're good to get started. That says they're going to work with you. If you ever have a buyer that is just miserable, or they're miserable for you, or vice versa, maybe you sever the ties. Maybe you set. Now, if you're under the contract, finish the contract. Don't ever bounce in the middle of a contract. Agent referrals, we talked about those. Get on Facebook, start following groups, start following agents. Go on Facebook, type Keller Williams Agents or Keller Williams Realty Oregon. Type Coldwell Banker Oregon. Type Remax Oregon. They don't have to be Keller Williams. We're the best to follow, but start following people. Follow them, join groups, join referral groups. follow our mastermind, our KWRES Agent Mastermind on Facebook. That's a group just for the office, for our individual office. I cannot see where the other office is from, but I guarantee you have a Facebook group too. Check in with that Facebook group. Come into the office, start talking to agents. You may run into one of us. I gave one away the other day. I could not take on this client. He was going to be too much. I just said, I gave him to a client in our office, or an agent in our office. She's a new agent, just getting started. I said, would you like him? She said, yes. She showed a couple houses for me. Super impressed with how she showed my houses that I just gave her some business. So go around, start introducing yourself in the office. Social media, I think you know what you need to do in social media. Don't use your personal Facebook account for your real estate services. Why? It may lack professionalism and you miss out on a lot of essential businesses, such as the ability to run Facebook contests and check your insights. It's really easy to make a Facebook page and it's worth it in the end. I believe that. I have a personal Facebook and I have a business Facebook. You will see a lot of agents that have a personal Facebook and it's all professional, meaning they don't have a business page. They have one page, it's their main page, and it works for them. You are not technically supposed to run like any sort of advertisements or giveaways pertaining to your business on like your personal one, unless it's really noted that you're the agent. So like when I post stuff on Felicia Mondragon Real Estate on Facebook, I go to Felicia Mondragon, my personal, and I pull it and I share it from there. So it's one, telling people, hey, I got a business page. Who wouldn't want to follow that business page? And it just kind of keeps everything in line. Now, if you want to make your own personal Facebook page, your business page, that's all it should be. That's all it should be. It shouldn't be you going to Vegas. Shouldn't be you, you want to be personable, but you also don't want to be like my personal Instagram is my personal Instagram. I do not let title fall. I mean, not that I have anything to hide, but I have my realtor Felicia Instagram. Then I have my Instagram that's for me and my family and my friends. I don't have anything to hide. I'm not worried about it, but it's like my one place where, if I post something, I don't have to worry. So I think it is good to have a separation of space if you are an avid social media person. Now, if you're, just getting started making a new social media like Jacob, you may just say, I only need one Facebook. I don't need two. I don't need this and that. But make sure you're following Facebook rules. So stuff like that. Post about your neighborhood. Show things off. We just had the World Games. Anyone post about that? I know I didn't. I should have. What's going on in your world? Because a lot of people may not be here from Oregon. So my folks out in Georgia, I want to let them know that, hey, we have a turkey trot coming up, or we have the ducks. You'll start to see me post a lot about the ducks. Post about your neighborhood, what's going on. People want to hear it. Mara's really good about that too. Everyone check out Mara's Facebook. She's always letting you know what's going on around Eugene that weekend. She's got littles. I bet a lot of her clients do too. Hey, face painting here, da 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 da. So again, it doesn't have to be about real estate. Use images. Emojis are always a good thing. They're like when you post stuff, if you post on Instagram, again, people like pictures. So if you're posting 3 beds, 2 baths, 1964 square feet, 1977 built, blah, 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 throw in an emoji, throw in a bed, throw in a little bed emoji, throw in a little light emoji, whatever. There's an agent named Stephanie Coates. She used to be in our office. All of her posts have emojis. Like, I don't know who her marketing girl is, but emoji, and it's capturing. It gets your attention. So if your words, people are going to stop right here. They're going to stop right there. So be intentional. Post events about your neighborhood, congratulate new homeowners. Now, this is something I ask my clients, and I don't post it necessarily in front where their address marker is, but when you go to sign at Cascade Title, they have a frame that you can put around, and it says, I just closed on my home, and you can take pictures with your clients. If you want to do that, great. Sometimes I'll take a key picture. Like if this was a key, I would take it in front of the house, kind of blur out the address number and say, congratulations to blah, blah, blah on your new home. Now, you may have clients that don't want you to tell. I work with cops. They never want me to say, congratulations to Captain Meisel of the Eugene Police Department, blah, blah, blah. Always ask, hey, can I post that? So, no, we don't want a picture online. Cool. Go out there and take a picture of the key when you pull out the lockbox, and take a picture of the front of the home and say, congratulations to my buyers. So happy. What a great transaction. Welcome home. Simple as that. Engage with polls or surveys, always a good thing. So Instagram, let me pull up Instagram here. So Instagram is a good place for polls and things like that. So like if you create, if I were to create a post right now, you can add a poll to it. So like here's a picture of my cat being lazy. You can add all sorts of stuff. You can add mentions. You can't see any of that, but you can add mentions. You can add questions. I could say, how cute's my cat on a scale of 1 to 10 and have a slider. So people love stuff like that. And you can see where they comment back. So engagement, always a thing. I can't tell you how often I lay in bed and I mean, there are probably posts that I would enjoy, but I'll sit there and just, how cute's my dog? Oh, stop, or how cute is this kitchen in my new listing? So have fun with it. Get people involved because you can see who's involved too. You'll see that, oh, Amanda Smith really thinks this kitchen's cute. Well, cool. Amanda Smith's one of my, good people. Maybe if you have 8 people that are constantly supporting your business, maybe your anonymous raffle will reward 2 of those people. The same. You want to know who's supporting you. If you get the same people supporting you, like I have some repeat clients, they constantly share my stuff. Once a month, I send them a gift certificate. Hey, thanks so much for sharing my posts. You're so sweet. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Post your listings, post your listings, post your listings. You can share other people's listings. Share them all the time. There'll be beautiful houses in town. And I'm like, geez, check out this gorgeous house Josh Cooley has listed. Look at this pool. Is this not to die for? Anyone else love it? I'm saying that it's listed by Josh Cooley, but I can advertise it all day long. I do like to check in with agents though. They can do it all day. If I post something on my Facebook and there's a share button, they can do whatever they want. But if it's like a really special, hey Josh, I saw that 1.2 listing you have. That's gorgeous. Can I share that on my Facebook? That's awesome. What's he going to say? No, please don't advertise for me. So share listings, share other listings. If you don't have listings, share someone else's. Let them know. People love looking at houses. Twitter. I am not a Twitter gal myself, but Twitter is a good place to go. Hashtags have kind of now formulated into Instagram and Facebook. Hashtags are a good thing. I have a hashtag. It's my realtor Felicia. It's cheesy, it's corny, but it's my hashtag. So when you hit my realtor Felicia hashtag on Instagram, pulls up all my posts. Hashtags are a good thing. Hashtag Eugene, Oregon for sale, Lane County for sale, Oregon real estate, move to Oregon, country living, whatever it is. You can be funny with it. Too many koi's in the pond or whatever, have fun with hashtags, make them whatever you want. People like them. TikTok, everyone, TikTok, my goodness, TikTok. You want to learn cool TikTok trends? Follow Mara Gregory. Mara Gregory does just the coolest TikTok things ever. And they're relatable, they're personable, they're fun, they're music, they're just all sorts of stuff. So there's so many social platforms out there. Pinterest, if you're a Pinterest person, make your Pinterest board. Hey, these are my favorite real estate living rooms. These are my favorite bathrooms. This is black and white decor. Have boards, share your boards. Hey guys, I just started a new board. It's all about double vanities. I know it's silly, but whatever it is, backyards, summer backyards, follow my boards. People love Pinterest too. So I guarantee one person in the world at least has one outlet of social media. You just need to find out what it is. Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Is it Snapchat? Whatever it is, someone's out there. Very rarely get people that don't own a computer. And those are not your DocuSigners. You're going to do everything in person with them. Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same person. So when I share an Instagram post on my Facebook, it automatically flows to my Facebook. Or excuse me, when I share an Instagram post on my business page, it flows to my Facebook business page. There are a lot of apps out there. And again, I am speaking to myself because I am not a social media guru, but there's a lot of apps out there where you could do things ahead of time. One of them is Command. Command can filter to Facebook, Instagram, all your social media outlets. And Command actually has a cool little space in there where you can do them ahead of time. So if your time blocking is 2 hours every Monday morning to set up the entire week of posts, then that's your time blocking. Because you can go in there and set your posts for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, have all the time set off. and you don't touch it again. So there are a lot of tools like that. There's a Hootsuite on your phone, whether you're Google or Apple. Hootsuite's one that you can do directly from your phone. It's a great, great tool. LinkedIn, I highly recommend everyone get in on LinkedIn. Not so much to post, but it's good to engage with the people that are on LinkedIn. LinkedIn are business professionals. They're not Instagrammers following cute puppy videos. They're LinkedIn professionals. So I think every single one of us should have a LinkedIn. Just period. Blogs, if you're a blogger, share your blog. Share your website. Share your blog. People like to hear about you. Let's see. This is kind of MLS stuff. Just become a lead generation machine. Gary Keller said, if you haven't read Shift, if you haven't read, let me get all my books out. The Millionaire. You got to read this. You need to be reading this. If you haven't read this, go get a copy. There's probably like 3 in my desk. Go grab one. You also need to read this. Hate to say it, folks, because we're in one. So these are books that they should be in your blood. They're the kind of the KW Bibles. But Gary Keller says, my fear of failure is greater than my fear of lead generating. So are you more scared of being homeless and poor and not being able to live the lifestyle that you are? Or are you afraid to get no or maybe hung up on? Most people will take the latter. So again, script practice. If that's your fear for lead generation, then your calls right now should be with each other and spending time on scripts and making each other uncomfortable and pushing back, because it's not always going to be yeses. Most of the time it could be no's or whys or this and that. So you need to be ready to have these pushbacks. I mean, I'm not saying I know everything, far from it. If I don't, I say, you know what, that is a phenomenal question. I'm fairly certain I know the answer, but let me get that for you. But if there's, firing off questions that you should know and that the other 3 realtors knew and you don't, you're probably not going to get a call. So just like any job, you need to, you mastered what you did before this. You will master what you do with this, but it takes practice. You're not going to just get it overnight. It takes purposeful practice over time to grow in any area. So again, make a commitment to prospecting, faithfully time block to do this prospecting, and be intentional with it. Don't just prospect. Oh, I did 20 calls. Thank God I'm gone. Okay, well, what'd you do on those 20 calls? Command has everywhere for notes. So I am a person, let me show you my life. I am a person that writes everything down. And up until 3 months ago, I did everything on a yellow legal pad. And my whole office had yellow legal pads stacked because I can't get rid of them. Because what if I have to look for something? I finally graduated because I went back to look for a legal notepad that had a listing that I walked through on 6 months ago. And he said, I'm not going to sell. Well, he called me 6 months later. He goes, I'm ready to sell. Get it in there tomorrow. You already have the notes. I lost my notes. I could not find them. I ripped my office apart. So definitely went with my tail between my legs and said, I need to go through that house again. So whatever organization you have, it took me 36 years to figure out mine. This is mine. It's called a Remarkable Notebook. That's all it is. It is for writing notes. It is not an iPad. I cannot get on the internet. I cannot check anything. It is a notebook. This thing has completely changed my whole life around. I mean, I'm a to-do list in personal. I'm a to-do list in business. So keep yourself organized. It's very easy to, I used to be notorious for picking up the nearest business card and writing down my phone conversation and throwing it in the car, and hopefully I find that later. So staying organized, making sure if that phone call calls you back in 2 weeks, are you going to remember what that phone call was? If they call back and they say, hey, Jen, thank you so much. I just took so much from that phone call. What do you think it looks like in today's market? And if you're like me and you're like, oh, shit, I've taken 400 calls this week. That's a good question. So glad you called me back. Thank you so much. And yeah. So I think in today's market, so you need to remember who you talk to, because if you do get that call back and then you're like, then you look like a dumb. So don't do that. Be intentional. Take notes about who you're talking to. Set a plan. There's things in command too. If you talk to somebody and they're like, you know what, I'm going to be ready come January. I'm having so much work done, and we're doing this and this and this to the house. Then we got the holidays. You done right. I'm setting a reminder on my calendar for December 30th to say, call her in a week because she told me January, or call her in November. Hey, how's the flooring coming along? Or, just set timelines. It may not be 2 weeks. It may be 2 years. I still have clients that I'm working on since the day I started. I don't think they're ever going to sell, but who knows? And if they do, it's going to be a good one. So putting it all together, create your action plan, prepare for your next class, and start doing your scripts with each other. Start doing them with me. You can come talk to me anytime. Matt Kendall is also a great script practice partner. He is in the main lobby way of the office too. He's phenomenal. He's taken Bold a lot of times. I think Bold is highly recommended for new season, whatever. Anytime there's a Bold, I'll drive to Portland, I'll drive to Salem, I'll drive to Medford. We just had one here in Eugene. I really, really think those are super beneficial. It's the best money you'll spend. And I mean, when you look at overall coaching, you get a 7-week program for one session of a coach. So it's not a bad thing to do. It'll have you doing scripts, doing affirmations. Again, you guys can all do this. You pass the test. I think that's, the hardest part, especially that state one, because it's such a BS. But you all can do this, and you all will do this. It's just taking practice like anything else. So ahas for the day. Do you have any ahas? Anyone's still awake?
I'm excited about Pinterest. I totally forgot about trying to get people off there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Pinterest
strangers.
is great.
Yeah, there's strangers that I like, who's following me? But I can reach out to them now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I mean, you may filter through and be like, do I want this person following me? Maybe I don't. But Pinterest is great. I haven't really done too much with it, but it's great for like holidays. Like, oh, look at my Pinterest board of the falls in the kitchen or stuff like that. Again, everybody, there's a whole freaking channel dedicated to houses, and people watch it all the time. So people constantly sit there on their phone and they're constantly looking at fall pumpkins and this and that. Make it about your house. So I think, again, I truly think every single person is on one social media outlet or another, unless you get the occasional person that doesn't own a computer. So just figuring out how to connect, and until you start getting to the point where you're just constantly showing and listings and all that, it's right now it's branding yourself. It's making yourself known. It's making your friends know, your family know who you are. And just, getting comfortable. You're all starting fresh. We've all been there. I'm starting fresh in a shift right now. I've never done a shift. So here we are. It's a constant learning thing. And KW, I mean, my dad and brother, my dad just recently retired. He's been at KW since 2005. My brother's been there too. He's also an agent. His office is across from me. They'll never leave KW. They've been to every single brokerage in this town. They've been to Elite. They've been to Coldwater. They've been to Remax. They've been to it all. And I mean, tooth and nail, they'll say there's just nothing like this office as far as the tools and the training goes. So, talking with you, Gary, I know I need to get into a command class myself. I'm really struggling with my command. So we're all in it together. It's an open door company, which I really like, because I've walked into other real estate companies where it's not like that. Their doors are closed and the blinds are drawn, and it's every man for himself. So, when we say we have an ALC, this is what we're here for. We truly want you to succeed. And in 4 years, you're going to be where I am, and you're going to be talking to the same group of people and thinking, God, I can't believe how fast that went. But I've already learned so much that I need to do just by taking this. So just staying on top of it. There's a lot of new agents that constantly start. I think our company sets themselves apart in such a tremendous way, and you all have a golden opportunity to really utilize that. So you're all going to do great. I'm going to be working for you guys soon. I can feel it. So I know we're kind of ending a little early. Do you guys have any questions for me or want to pick my brain about anything?
I have a quick question. Earlier you mentioned like you're not really a door knocker. Does that also pertain to door knocking before an open house? I know some people door knock like the neighbors a bit ahead of time to invite them to it. Did you do that? And did you find much success doing that?
Great question. Great question. So I should be more purposeful with that. For me, it would be much easier to door knock and say, hey, we got an open house going on, than just to door knock for business. So good question. I should be more purposeful with it. Typically, when I go out and set up a sign, there's always going to be, well, not always, but you may have a neighbor nearby. Oh, hey, what are you doing? What are you putting in the ground over there? Oh, this is what I'm doing. Door knocking for open houses is a great thing, or even a flyer. You know, those little like door things that hang on your flyer. Hey, just to let you know, I'm doing a thing down the street. Again, be purposeful with it. Hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm doing an open house down the street. Not sure if you have any friends or family that are looking in the neighborhood. We're also doing a $30 draw for Starbucks. If you guys want to stop by, feel free. We got some chips, water, whatever it is. So yeah, for me, it's much easier to do that than door knock and say, my name's Felicia, real estate agent. So yeah, I think that's great when it comes to open houses. If you know far enough ahead in time, you can drop a mailer. I mean, anything in this town will get to a house in a day. So again, you can always call the title company and say, hey, I got 123 Main Street. I'm doing an open house. Can you send me the addresses of the houses in that block, or the 25 nearest houses? Boom, there you are. Slap a stamp, letterhead. Hey, I'm doing an open house here. Would love to have you drop by. We got a $30, and you don't have to do draws, but people like free stuff. That's all I'm going to say. So it could be $3, $5 Dutch Feather cards. It's as simple as that, or, you know, coffee with me, or whatever it is. So yeah, good question. For me, it's easier to door knock if there's an open house, and that's why I'm door knocking, than to just roll up and ask for business.
And how many days in advance do you think would be a good time to hand out those flyers?
Good question. So Saturday, if you're doing open houses, Saturday, you should be door knocking no later than Thursday. I would say Thursday would probably be the good day to go out. Maybe even Friday. If you can't get a hold of somebody Thursday, go back Friday. Hey, just to let you know, I just want to introduce myself. You may see some cars. Come from that place. If you're uncomfortable letting people know, hey, my name's Felicia. I just wanted to let you know I'm going to be doing an open house down the street. If you do see some cars, or if any of these cars are in any way, please make sure to pop down. Here's my card. So great. Wow, you got this realtor that's concerned about a car parking in front of my house. Fantastic. But you should be doing it by 2 days before that open house.
Okay, great. That sounds good. Thank you.
And here's my tip about open houses. I like to do them from 11 to 1 because everybody else does them from 12 to 2. When I do open houses from 11 to 1, that almost makes me the first house that people go through, because they're certainly not coming at 2. And when you get your last 20 minutes of open house people, typically they're the guys that are like straggler. They're going to keep you there another 30 minutes. So when I do my house open, or my open houses from 11 to 1, I'm basically saying you're not going to be, you know, I'm not going to be the last house that you're going to show. You're going to go to a 12 to 2, and then you're going to go see that house. Again, I like to be the first person. I like to be the first house. I like to be first in everything. But be strategic with your open house times. Everyone does 12 to 2. Why aren't you doing 11 to 1? Do 10 to 12. If it works for your sellers, you know, do that. So, but yeah, 2 days within. I would say you're advertising. If it's a Monday and you know you're going to be doing an open house on Saturday, start advertising Wednesday. Put that puppy in RMLS and make sure it says that you're doing an open house in RMLS, so it feeds to Zillow, feeds to Redfin. Earlier you do that, earlier people start getting their schedule down for the weekend. If you wait till Friday and you advertise, I guarantee your agent over at Coldwell Banker already has the itinerary planned and you're not in it. Good question, Haley.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Do you guys have any other questions, concerns? You've all been really good. Thank you.
I appreciate the heads up on the RLID website. I emailed the front desk and they already set me up with the account and everything. I just have to redo the password. I mean, it was super quick in Eugene here in the market center. So
yeah,
when
like
we
I
were
said,
talking about it, it was like 20 minutes before I was able to set up my account. So
awesome. Yeah, everybody get that thing set up. Hang on, I know I got a little bit of time. Let me show you one more thing on that Artlist. This is how.
Yeah, that thing is very interesting to
Okay.
me.
So let me show you another thing here. So with Arlid, you can pull so much data about the house. So Arlid, I mean, it'll show you the map, of course, show you where your map is. So when you're out showing houses, you should always have a copy of your map. Even if the property lines look pretty straight, you should always be able to show whether it's on your phone or what. But it tells me everything about this house. So if you're, pulling up a listing kit and this house isn't on RMLS or it's never been sold, go to Arlid. So when you go to that listing appointment, you're not like, oh, it's a 3-2. You're like, yeah, it's a 3-2. It's 1353 square feet. I see you actually sold it. So check this out. They'll tell you all the sold history at the bottom. All your sold history. Yeah, I see you bought it back in 2020. That's great. Oh, you got some statistics. So this is Arlid. I mean, this is everything, or excuse me, title works off Arlid. So whatever you ask title for, this is where they're coming. They're also
Okay.
pulling it from the city. Show you taxes. Got taxes down here. So where's the taxes? This is real market's annoying. But taxes. So it'll show you tax history, show you anything like that. Easements pop up here. It'll show you just all sorts of statistics. So everybody gets signed up on Arlid. This is something that's super important to most of your buyers. School district yet? What's your nearest, who's your provider on stuff? So this Arlid is absolutely, like I said, I mean, I've probably touched only 10% of this. It's unreal. So you guys could do a lot. There's a whole sketch right there. What's the house look like? Oh, okay, I know it's single. Oh, perfect. So Arlid, everybody get signed up on Arlid, start playing around with it. It'll be your best friend. So, but well, guys, you've been wonderful. Feel free to stop in anytime to my office. Like I said, I'm always in there now 3 days a week per my goals. So just hit the ground running. Be purposeful, be intentional. You all can do it. Come by and introduce myself. I'll get you, maybe some showing appointments. There's some days that I just don't have time to show. And do that. Go around and make some introductions in your office. Get to know your agents. Get to know your ALC. That's why we are here. We want you to succeed. We want everyone to succeed. But your ALC are your biggest cheerleaders, and Mara and Adam. We're all here. But open door policy, and we truly mean it. So if you guys ever want to script practice or come to an open house that I'm hosting, I'm more than happy to have you in there. Oh, yeah, this is Jen. She's great. She's working with me, and they don't need to know that we're competing agents, but new agents all the time. I want you guys to be successful. I want this whole company to be successful, much better than Coldwell Banker. So that's where we are. But I wish you guys all the best of luck. I think you're gonna do good, and yeah, start coming to the office. If you can come to the all partners meetings, those are good places to check into. If you can come to those, because that's where your agents come in. So they'll pop in and start making some introductions.
Yeah, I was actually gonna introduce myself to you the other day because I noticed you had a listing. It was a mobile home that you closed on, I believe, or manufactured.
Those are my non-DocuSigner people. That was the first time I've ever had to do everything in person.
Oh wow, yeah.
They were sweet. They were like 93.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I did see you in the office the other day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you see me in there, come say hi. Let's go have some coffee. I would love to pick your brain. Love to know a little bit more about all of you.
Yeah.
I have ALC meetings once a month. My next one is, I think, Monday at noon. So if you want to come talk about wellness and safety, that's another thing too. Just be safe out there. You will get a lot of calls. That's another reason I encourage you to go on Facebook and start joining real estate groups. They don't have to be specific to KW, but Real Estate Agents of Lane County. Write that one down. Real Estate Agents of Lane County. Join it. Get in there. That's one of the most beneficial ones. But there's a lot of scams out there. There was one that just recently floated this past week where a gentleman was calling trying to get a female agent to go out and show property. And some people will. I mean, I'm stupid. Sometimes I go out and meet people. I probably should have vetted a little bit more, but there's tons of security features. Our office has one buddy system. I'll always go out with you. Always. There's plenty of agents in the office that'll say the same thing. If you're ever have a gut feeling, trust your gut because it's going to be right. But you will get scam calls. Hey, meet me out here, or I'm in, have all this, blah, blah, blah. If you're ever at a showing and it's uncomfortable, call the front desk and say, hey, can you get me the orange file and name the address you're at? If you're showing 123 Main Street, hey, Sarah, hey, Lauren, can you give me the orange file for 123 Main Street? That's a trigger word in our office, and they will call the cops and send them to that location. So if you're ever in trouble, call KW, call me, give me an address, and say you need an orange folder. So everybody should know that. One more thing, I will show you in your SentryLock app. If you all have SentryLock, which you will, because that is your lockbox access. My Sentry key has 2 emergency contacts. So the moment I open a lockbox, if that lockbox, if my showing doesn't end, or if that lockbox stays open too long, it triggers a call to both my emergency contacts. And they'll call me and say, hey, are you okay? I see you're still at that listing. You've been there for over an hour. Yes, I'm fine. Or if I know I'm going to be there longer, I'll take it off for that showing. But just be safe, be purposeful. There's a lot of weird people out there, and Craigslist is a big scam artist there too. So just be safe. When in doubt, call, get someone else out there. We do ask that if you do get a call from a random person that wants you to meet, great, I need you to come by your office, or I need you to come by my office so we can get a copy of your ID. I don't have time to come by your office. Perfect. Send me a picture of it. And then send it to the front girls and let them know, or let somebody know. If you're out in cell reception, common practices, don't park behind, or don't let someone park behind you. When I show a house, I always am in the back. Always. Welcome in. Come on in. You go first. Make sure that people are always in front of you. So just be safe. Be safe out there. Follow those groups. You'll kind of keep in the loop if there's anything weird activity, but always follow your gut. When in doubt, if they're weird, they're going to be weird. They're going to be, and nothing wrong with weird. I should say creepy. If they're creepy,
Right,
they're probably going to be really creepy in person with you too. But yeah, just be smart. Use buddy systems. Go out, show houses with each other. Do open houses with each other. Hey, I get the next guy, you get the next guy, I get the next guy, or we split the whatever it is at the end, the contacts. So don't be afraid. We're all in it together. I want you all to be successful. Just do common practice. Be smart. You all seem pretty smart. You all seem like you come from a good place, and just be yourself. Be yourself. Don't be a robot.
Right on, Felicia.
Right on.
Right on.
Well, I appreciate you all for your time today and spending the afternoon with me. And yeah, like I said, if you guys ever have any questions, just come on in, call me, whatever you need.
Awesome.
I'll
Thank
do.
you.
Thank you,
All right, guys.
Felicia.
You're very
Thank you
welcome.
so
It was
much.
nice to meet all of you, and wish you the
you.
best of luck, and go get them today. Go make those calls. Go make your calls.
Thank you.
All right, guys. And
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.